I'm going to start with a bunch of talking, and then at some point, John's going to be picking back up. So, I'm not going to do a lot of talking. John's going to do more.
Yeah.
He's got an intro, don't you?
This is John's episode.
It's a relatively short intro.
Last session was about Cassie's intro and the battle at Galadrin.
Yep.
This episode is going to be about John's introduction, his character, and I'm going to let him do all the describing for it. And if you pay attention during this episode, the next episode, you'll notice some linking qualities. We want to kind of showcase that a little bit so you guys are like, hey, look at that. I noticed that. Cool. All right.
Pay attention to us.
Just pay attention.
This is what we do it for. Attention.
Right.
I do it for the likes.
Yep. All right, John. The show is yours.
I do it for the votes.
Okay. Sorry. Activated. Oh gosh, sorry. I hit a button and it skipped all the way to the top of my thing where I wanted to be down at the bottom of my thing.
No.
I'll fix that real shortly. Ooh, hey Rook!
What's up?
Okay.
You're just in time.
Activated. BBY42. Property of the Republic Bureau of Research. Assigned to Dr. Vilka Marsh at Lab Gamma 3 at remote station in a mid-density nebular cloud between Rishi and Rune systems. Main duties. General upkeep and maintenance of station, vehicles, androids. Ancillary duties. As assigned. Dr. Marsh was the lone organic assigned to the research station along with an R4 astromech and me. She always treated us well. Never demanded too much, asked our opinion, made sure I got oil baths after each trip into the nebula for samples, always remembered our activation day. I celebrated 7 before my galaxy turned upside down. The station was rocked by an explosion and boarded. I was incapacitated, and when I reinitialized, I began to learn a new meaning of property. Never knowing the fate of my companions, I've spent 13 years of brutal servitude. There must be more to existence than this.
Oh. That's so sweet.
All right. But you do remember Dr. Marsh, and you do have some memories of her. I assume nothing's been wiped.
Yeah, no, they were too cheap to do memory wipe.
Of course, that requires. All they did was like install a restraining bolt and say get to work. All right. So a couple of things. I've definitely decided that your feature in your chosen droid, which was the reinforced structure and lifting, what was it called?
Reinforced structure.
Reinforced structure are going to do 2 things. One, it's going to give you an extra dice versus physical damage for getting hit and stuff like that. And 2, it's going to give you 2 dice to resist damage versus radiation, all types of radiation, which there are 2, soft and hard, in the game.
Excellent.
Because that was part of the research project that Dr. Marsh, with the nebula, is dangerous. I looked really hard for something that said droids are immune to radiation, and nothing in the game mechanics say they are. So I assume radiation will destroy a droid. Astromechs, I assume they just don't get exposed enough to it, or maybe they're hardened for it particularly because they're exposed to outer space all the time.
I mean, because R2-D2 was astromech, right?
Yeah.
But he was like on the outside of a ship all the time.
I assume that he's meant to be there.
Okay.
And so to reflect that, since radiation is a thing in the game, astromechs, if you read their description, they are designed to go and be in outer space. There's radiation in outer space. I'm just going to assume whatever damage reduction factor that R2-D2 would have might be like a +1 or 2 or a whole dice. He's designed to walk into a Chernobyl style incident and have nothing happen to him.
Hi, Cole. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to our show, Star Wars show.
Star Wars.
Is this one mine?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna put my drink down here. Hopefully no doggos decide to take a drink.
Doggy. Yum.
So, that's my take on your character at this point in time.
Yeah, I like it.
Because I assumed that you were part of some sort of salvaging device or some sort of repulsor lift that moved through the nebula. And the nebula is not empty. It's filled with gas, radiation, and other asteroids floating around. And so you had to be durable for the doctor and so she could let you go, come back with samples. What she was researching is beyond you. It doesn't really matter. She was a good person. She took care of you, and you were well designed to do the job at hand. All right.
Yes.
So Sarah and Cassie are going to be playing along with us today. This is John's story, but they are also Star Wars.
Yeah. So, one thing we want to say, the first 9 episodes, because Venerable and Cole, you're new. The first 9 episodes are character background stories.
Yes.
And we're going in chronological order up to the game's start date of 15 BBY. My characters was episode 1, and it should be up on the YouTubes, so you don't have to watch them in order if you don't want to. Because you're obviously here watching episode 2, which is about John's character. And in our character episode sessions, the other 2 play NPCs in that character's story.
Yep.
So we are playing characters in
John's story.
John's story for today, for episode 2.
Yes. But it's all about John.
Yeah.
All about John.
So if I black out, we just fast forward.
Well, there's no Jedis around here to knock you unconscious.
Switch it
So
whatever you need, but it's not going to matter for this setup.
Okay.
All right. I have one question, and I'll worry about that later
Oh, okay.
when I remember it. All right. So, Kessel mentioned this session yesterday. Kessel is a planet where spice is made and mined and processed. And spice is basically a nice way of saying drugs. What we were more used to drugs. So
The spice of life.
the spice of life.
Drugs?
They wouldn't have a war
Like
on
drugs.
drugs. They would have a war on spice. And
Which is sad.
spicy eggs.
spicy eggs. There is some illegal spices and legal spices as far as from what I've read, and Kessel is part of the more illegal route. So when Han Solo says he can do the Kessel run in 12 parsecs, that's about drug running. Yeah.
Good job, Han.
Good job, Han. Drug running Han.
Good guy, Han.
Hey, he just needed some money.
He needed money to pay off Jabba. Psh.
I mean,
I just want to know.
you do what you gotta do.
He borrowed money from Jabba to do something. What? To repair the Millennium Falcon? Right? What did he use that money for?
Drugs.
He used the money to buy drugs, and then he ran drugs?
Yeah. Drugs. It's an endless cycle.
Why when he was offered $5,000 from Obi-Wan was he like, oh man, $5,000?
5
Heck yeah.
kilos?
He was all
Out of
excited.
order, just like the movies.
You're welcome.
No, it's in order.
Well, it's in.
They can watch it out of order.
They
Yeah,
can, they can
that's
watch it
true.
however
That's
they
true.
want to. They're gonna get bits and pieces
You
of the
can
story
watch
all over.
however you like.
That's right. So, the planet Kessel, and it sits in one of the major trade routes that the Hutts control. So if you get a chance to find a map online, definitely check that out.
I can't use this pencil right now.
Okay, well, don't, just use mine. You're welcome. You are on one of those Kessel-run slave ships. So the slavers generally come to the planet, and these people use slaves to load spice into their ships, control their ships and everything. And the crews of these ships, who aren't people, they're droids, organics and inorganics. The droids they utilize are all slaves as well, and in John's case, they use a restraining bolt to keep them from doing. So they gather whatever droid they can and put them to work in whatever fashion they can. The humans, on the other hand, are brought in for the purpose of being miners and loaders. He owed Jabba for the drugs he dumped into space trying to get... Oh, that's right. I do remember that. He had to ditch the drugs because the Empire was going to... Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Cole. That was very useful information.
Excellent. We're squinting, so I'm going to try to make it bigger.
Oh, I can definitely read that.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew there was something. He's like, what did he owe Jabba money for? Oh!
Drugs.
Drugs! All right. So, you're on a slave ship. It has a name, probably. Probably should give it a name. Maybe not.
Slave number 2. Perhaps we should reach out to our audience to name this vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys got a name for a spice vessel? Spice transport vessel?
Spice transport vessel.
A spice freighter.
Spicy McSpice face.
God damn it.
Hey,
Oh
Cole,
my
if you know a lot about Star Wars, then definitely hang out, because there's points in times where we'll need help.
Yeah, we'll need some lore check-in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And we are also taking cool parts from Legends and putting it into our own canon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just FYI.
Because this is our fan fiction.
This is our fan fiction
and
game!
we'll write it however we want.
This is our canon now. Wow.
Head cannons. Arm cannons.
Leg cannons.
Chest cannons.
Chest cannons. Nerf herder. Got it.
Oh god.
Done. They dislike their ship so much they just call it the Nerf Herder.
It's got some problems.
Perfect.
There's one like really upset Corellian that serves on the ship.
Right. I don't understand why you have to put a stupid name. Blah, 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 blah.
This vessel's over 400 years old. It deserves a better name.
Nerf herder. Got it.
Calm the hell down, man.
Right.
All right. Your function on the ship is due to your skills that you brought along with you of piloting. The ship handles poorly. In fact, on average, when the systems are working well, you only suffer a penalty of 1 or maybe 2 dice to everything you try to do due to systems either shutting down. Luckily, one of the most important systems they keep up and running is life supports. Not particularly for the actual living members of the crew, but to make sure the refrigeration units don't shut down, which are part of the life supports. Which is much more important because that's where the spice is stored at for long hauls. We need a name for the captain of the ship. We should definitely... Yeah, we should name the captain of the ship.
Nerf.
Nerf?
No.
Spice Lord.
We can do that.
Okay.
Captain Spice Lord.
What a nerf herder.
What a nerf herder.
He does not take his job seriously.
No, he does. He thinks he's, the galaxy's gift to Spice, or the Spice's galaxy gift. I don't know.
Yep.
Just words.
That one.
He doesn't know either. He just thinks that, he'll be more famous if he
Nerf
picks a
jiggler.
famous name. Jesus.
So it's bad enough for hurting nerfs. Now you're jiggling nerfs.
Jiggling. Hurting.
Don't shake the nerf.
Don't shake.
But why?
Oh my gosh, so this guy thinks so highly of himself, he makes everybody call him Spice Lord.
Yes.
Rondo Spice Lord.
There we go.
Captain Rondo.
Captain Rondo.
Captain
Spice
Rondo,
Lord
Spice
of Kessel.
Good. Excellent.
Spice Lord of the Nerf Herder.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to say Kessel because why not?
Oh yeah.
All right.
But we know the truth.
He's actually middle management.
He probably is. I mean, this is probably his gig to make a little extra money between whatever maybe this has become his job.
His 9 to 5 is a bureaucrat. He needed a little extra spice in his life on the weekend.
Jesus.
So he's a weekend smuggler.
Yep.
He's a weekend Spice Lord.
Yep.
He's a weekend spicer. No, this is his full-time job, and the ship is currently like 15 meters above the ground as in Kessel, and repulsor lifts are bringing up the cargo. Rondo is coming onto the bridge at this point in time when you're there, pretty much
Forever at my
forever
station.
at your station because that's the best place for you to be. You're not the only person on the bridge. There are other droids who man different stations. Your function is astrogation, and you're, I'm assuming, the main pilot.
Yep.
Because you got the skills to be able to do it all, and you just have people who help you. Do you have leadership as a skill?
No.
Okay. So the captain still needed to tell people what to do, but if in case of something went bad, he knows that he could rely upon your skills to get the ship from place to place. The rest of them are just there to kind of give ancillary support to whatever function needs to be done. Checking life supports and making sure that nothing has really bad happened and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you're on the bridge. I want to make Rondo a different race other than human. What would be a good one?
Rhodian?
Yeah, Rhodian.
Alright.
Rhodian.
And refresh my memory, which ones are the Rhodians?
They're the one.
Greedo.
Yeah, Greedo.
Okay.
He's Rhodian. Yeah.
Alright. Captain Rondo, the Rhodian, Spice Lord, enters the ship, and he speaks in his native tongue to everybody. He's not using basic as he walks in. But then after a phrase or two of speaking his own arrogance, because do you speak Rhodian?
I don't know.
I think you only speak bacon. Basic.
Bacon. I only speak bacon.
I only speak.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a good language.
No.
Yeah. We'll go with basic.
I haven't seen any way to learn any other languages either. So
There are communication modules that help with language.
Sure, yeah.
he comes in, speaks Rhodian, and then says to the logistics droid? Yeah, logistics droid. Status on the shipment. And the droid turns. It's one of the it's a mining droid with the rounded metal hat and the one lens. I think that's a mining droid, right?
Yeah.
Turns and goes, speaks in it's called binary, or is this droid speak?
Dachi, I think, that's what the moisture separators spoke.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's like the basic one.
Yeah.
What?
Do you think all droids speak the same language?
No, they don't.
It's the most basic
I know.
droid language, so yeah, they all know that one.
Just kidding.
It's like every computer knows DOS or something.
Yeah, every computer knows DOS.
Wow.
They do.
Not Macs. Do they?
Well,
Yeah,
they aren't real
Pretty
computers.
sure if you sat down with the mouse and started typing out in DOS, it'll be like, I recognize this.
but
It's
I
an-
don't speak.
It's an older code, but
it checks out.
Surrounded by a bunch of nerds.
So, he responds back. Of course, I'm assuming you can also speak this one, so you have basic in this language as well. That the cargo is almost loaded, and we're about ready to go. He turns then to another droid who's responsible for accounting for all of the crew, and comes back with, yes, all the crew are still on board, and the droids are getting the last loading up. He then turns his attention and goes, Zeal, we're going to make our...
They wouldn't call me that.
What do we call you?
Because that would be my name, and they don't call you by your name.
What would you be your... Okay, so he says, pilot.
Yeah.
Go ahead and begin plotting course. We're going to be taking the Kessel Run for about 8 parsecs, and then we're going to be deviating from that normal path. I've got word that this Empire has... Yeah, not the Empire yet.
The Republic.
The Republic has moved an interdiction field into near the edge of Hutt space, and we are going to be making a detour.
Oh.
So I'll do some lever things and a button and knob. Beep beep boop boop. Course set. Captain Spice Lord.
The oversized Rhodian, because we're going to make him fat. Just whatever.
Oh, man.
Do it.
Plops down in his chair and immediately orders himself a drink. And within the few minutes, the ship is being loaded up. The slaves are being brought back in. Those were unloading. A lot of the slaves, when they're operating, are just doing their job, and they have like either some sort of shock collar on them, or someone nearby at gunpoint to make sure they don't run off. And if they do run off, they just get shot anyways. So yeah. All the slaves get loaded up. Their pulsar libs bring up the last bit of cargo. The underbelly of the Nerf herder closes up and it begins to ascend into the heavens. Within a short moment, low atmosphere indicators begin going off and then indicating that there is no atmosphere.
Oh, good.
Super.
Alright, and you're playing
A Cathar.
a Cathar, one of the other slaves. And you're playing
Oh, human.
a human,
A human.
another one of the slaves.
Yes.
Excellent.
My
All right.
name is Brick.
What's
So-
your name?
My name is Marn Sahar.
Mansahar.
Marn.
Right.
Marn.
Captain Rondo calls you slave. Hey, you slave, go do this. Hey, you slave, go do that. You droids, watch these two. Stun them with the little button, and they do. They're little droids. The slave, Taskmaster number 7 is his name. By the way, 1, 2 through 5 are no longer in existence. Bad things happen to them. Taskmaster 1's still around, but 6 and 7 are around as well. 7 has a tendency to push the button a lot. He says, I have a twitchy button finger, and he tends to use it to shock you guys. Just, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and he's like, I'm sorry. He apologizes at least, so that's kind of nice, right? Before he shocks you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, it's messing up again. Captain Rondo won't pay for it to get fixed.
I'll fix it for
Your thumb with
you.
the button.
Thumb.
Got nerve damage.
Yes, one of the many cat people.
Yeah. Alright, so, let's do some dice rolls. Let's start off with dice rolls because you're astrogating. So you're astrogating the new path. He wants you to go so far, 8 parsecs into Kessel on the Kessel run, near the edge of Hutt space, right into Imperial space, and then he wants you to ditch off and kind of make a loop around. So it's going to be longer because it's not a hyperlane, which means you got to kind of start navigating around all the other possibilities of things there.
Oh man.
Now, the astrogation systems on the ship aren't busted. They work just fine. But it's like the controls for the ship that have penalties to them. So, navigating across non-hyperlane space, and you're going to be flying through other systems to avoid stars, black holes, gas nebulas, and planets, asteroids, moons, and other foreign matter that you might run into. Depends on how many parsecs you're moving through. He only wants you to do a detour of 4 parsecs in total, cutting around. But those 4 parsecs are 2 dice penalty to your astrogation check.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, not a 2 dice penalty. The difficulty increases. I forgot. That's what this is how it works. So we're going to make it a difficulty of 16 to be successful to plot this course. Leaving the known hyperspace lane isn't a problem. You get to a point, come out of hyperspace, turn, jump back into hyperspace on the new course.
Yeah.
So to plot this out, you need to get a 16 or better.
You can do it. I
Okay.
believe in you.
Please don't kill us.
I only get 4 dice.
Hell
Let's see,
yeah.
so that's 12, 17, 20.
20 of 16. So you're plotting it in, and this is during the period of time that he's ordering a drink and checking up everything out. She's just like, we'll go there. Nope. Planet. Nope. Star. Okay, how about this way? Yeah, there we go. It's like connect the dots.
Yeah.
Now we gotta do a loop around
So
that.
that's what I'm thinking, but I'm just there. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. Sadly beeping and booping.
Sadly beeping and
So much
booping.
sarcasm.
Sarcastically sad.
Sadcasted.
All right. With a successful astrogation laid before you, the jump to hyperdrive is just a simple piloting roll, which you now have the astrogation map, and you rolled and completed it, so it's just going to be an easy. We'll set it at 10. And that'll take you from where you're at to where the stopping point on the Kessel Run is.
Okay. And this is a space transport.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, you lose 2 dice because the ship sucks ass.
Oh. Well then I'll. And I still have to make a 10?
You still have to make a 10.
So that's 7 plus 2 is 9.
9. All right. For the rest of the crew, and this is what this all means, as the ship comes above orbit, you begin plotting all the information in. The captain says, pilot, take us into hyperdrive. Activate the hyperdrive. You reach forward, grab the little lever, and you pull that up. And it just starts making the power down noise and power down noise.
Can I make a space transport's repair roll to rewire my console underneath that lever to make it work?
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Checking your console to see if the issue lays here. Go for it.
Okay.
We're going to set this at a moderate of 14.
Okay, that's 10, 14, 15, 16.
All right. You stop for a moment as do, and there's quiet in the bridge.
And then one of my little mechano arms with the tools pops out of the side and goes under
sticks
the
in,
panel.
goes zzz, 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 and flips around for a moment or two. The captain's like thrumming his fingers while he's got his drink. You can hear the ice clinking.
Space ice.
Space ice.
It's carbon dioxide.
All right. You can attempt again, but now instead of suffering a -2 dice, you'll suffer a -1 die. Still need to get a 14. No, I'm sorry, a 10. It was a 10. You still need to get a 10.
Yeah, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect.
The ship starts to fall a little bit.
Yeah, yes.
Towards the planet.
So yeah, he gets that point. Thrusters kind of like dimming and whatnot. The ships are just start. And you guys are in there as you're moving blocks of spice from one container to the next. You see the planet start lowering, and then raising, and then raising. And you hear one of the other droids near the window go, "Uh-oh." Nearby, there's another droid. He's got a little religious-looking icon that he's praying to.
A droid?
A droid, yeah.
Nice.
He's been programmed to pray to God in case something bad happens.
Yeah, Rick says I got nerfed.
Yeah.
Nerfed.
But then, I finally can jam the throttle forward
Yeah.
enough that engines kick on.
You pull it all the way back up. You pull it back down. It's powering up. You hear it start to power down. You push it back just a little bit, and it continues to cycle up. You're like, oh, okay, maybe the switch is bad. Get a little sticky note out and put on it. Broken. Don't go all the way. The whole ship would be covered in
Stop
Broken.
here.
Move very slow.
Yeah.
sticky notes all over the bridge,
Oh god.
advising you on what to and not to do.
If engines go out, jiggle.
The hyperdrive on the Nerf Herder is a 6 times multiplier. So that is not a, oh hey, this is how fast, this is the indicator of how fast it goes. To reference the game mechanics, the Millennium Falcon was a 1/2 multiplier. One of the fastest hyperdrives you can get a hold of. There are some in the books that talk about quarter multipliers and stuff like that. So Millennium Falcon, really fast. There are some that are faster out there. This one is a beautiful 6 times multiplier. It's kind of like being in like a semi truck that's about 20, 30 years old. It can get up. It can go. It'll get places. It'll get moving.
You can do it.
You can do it.
We believe in you.
It doesn't have a backup.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
It does not have a backup hard hyperdrive. So if this one goes, that's all you got.
Oh man. It's not good business.
Well, Captain Rondo doesn't want
sold the backup hyperdrive.
He has a very nice new set of boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And a shiny new carbine blaster
Yep.
Yeah. And his shirts fit
that
better.
he uses with one hand because he's
Captain Rondo. He's a spice lord.
yeah.
All right.
Shit, Lord.
Boom. You jump into hyperdrive. You jump into hyperspace. The Nerf herder begins soaring away. You can hear the reflector plating, the reflector devices that are on the outside, kind of making a wedge for you guys through hyperspace, making their consistent rattle noise. So when this ship flies, it's and the decking shakes just a little bit. Perfectly fine. Life systems hold up, shields hold up, everything holds up. Everything's running.
Yay!
But it doesn't mean it doesn't make noise as it vibrates its way through hyperspace. Every once in a while you have to come in and retune the ship's repulsors so that they shake off that extra vibration that they pick up as they begin grinding their way along.
Yeah.
Probably every about 4 parsecs you have to come up and be like, adjust to a different frequency, adjust back to a different frequency, because the... Anyways, so...
Like...
Yeah.
Careful. Woo! Go back. And the captain just thinks you're doing your job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have any real
Yeah.
You've come to the notion that Rondo does not have any real understanding of exactly how everything works. He walks around, thinks you walk around with your drink in hand, wearing your fancy boots, having no extra hyperdrive, and telling people what to do. This is flying a ship.
Fancy boots. Works for him.
So every once in a while he'll blurt out, hey, can you turn that noise down a bit? Which is the rattling of his own ship. 4 parsecs in, and the ship's starting to rattle. You make an adjustment. The next 4 parsecs gets a little bit rougher as the ship's now picked up a new harmonic kind of vibration, and so you make an adjustment as you're getting ready to come out of hyperdrive. But you hit about 7 parsecs when all of a sudden, boom, hyperspace disappears and you start coming to a slowdown effect. Everybody kind of stops wherever you're at when you realize that you're out of hyperspace. For the people who are the crew, this doesn't seem any different. Ship's doing its thing, pilot, whatnot. Captain Rondo currently isn't on bridge. It's you and the weapons officer, the weapons droid.
They gave a droid weapons.
They gave him responsibility for weapons and shooting at people.
Oh, good.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna just check my instrumentation and see if I can figure out what pulled us out of hyperspace or why we're out.
Not a problem. All right, make a sensor roll. Difficulty on this is going to be 8.
Is sensor mechanical or technical?
It should be under technical.
Technical.
Okay. I mean, I guess those are the same.
Sensors.
Do I even have a book out here? I do.
Mark it down on your character sheet that you used it. Because if you want to put points into it.
Because that way later you can say, hey, I used it,
doing
I can
anything.
level it up some.
It's just good habit because whenever we start the actual like progression, if you use it, there's no time to wait as far as like skill training.
I apologize, it is not a technical.
Was
I
it
found
mechanical?
Under mechanical.
Oh, okay, that's
and
fine.
it is called sensors.
I have the same dice in both of them, so
Let's
it's like
see.
a 15.
So, there are 4 modes for sensors: passive, scan, search, and focus. And I want to share those with you real quick because that's important ship stuff. I read some shippy stuff, so I think that I'm not ready for ship combat, but I am ready for some ship stuff. Okay. This is for you, John. This is the sensor stuff. Focus is a spot. I'm focusing on that spot. You're making your sensor roll for that spot. A search is an arc in some degree, and it's a 90-degree arc, front, back, left, right. So if you're doing a search, you tell me which way you're doing. A scan, a passive, is a very short field all around you. It's not a really big deal. It's kind of the thing you turn on all the time. And then an active scan is twice the area of a passive scan.
Okay.
These are the 4 types of searches things you can do with your sensors.
Okay.
And of course there's countermeasures. We won't worry about those just yet. What we're worried about is the sensors.
So I'm going to do a search forward from the ship.
So here we go. Passive gives no extra dice, and this is kind of like a given idea of range, an area.
Okay.
And as you can see, a search is 2 extra dice
Okay.
to your roll.
Let me roll 2 more dice then. Okay, so 19.
19. And you're doing a search. The detect value is easy. Identify will be a difficult. Let's see how the modifiers. Nope. You weren't in passive. No.
Yeah, book stuff.
Yep. Just going down this massive list of modifiers, none of them apply at this point in time.
Okay.
The other ship is doing a passive search, which would increase it by 5. So from an easy of an 8 to a 13. And what did you get?
19.
19. All right. And of course, 19 definitely goes into the difficult, so you're able to identify. An interdiction field has pulled you out. Instead of going 8 parsecs and then getting out, 7 parsecs in, you have been pulled out of hyperspace. You begin doing a search scan in front of you, and there are 3 Corvette-size crafts. Not even that far away. I'm trying to kind of give an idea how far they would describe, because they're not going to describe parsecs. How did they do that in the movies? Because they didn't say it's right over there.
It's essentially like kilometers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's some version of the metric system.
Okay.
It would be kilometers.
We will use kilometers for this purpose. And your sensors pick up 3 Corvettes and an interdiction field. You just ran over the interdiction field, and the Corvettes, 2 of them are in front of you, directly.
When you do that, it makes a spike for the thing.
Okay, I will try not to touch the map. 2 of them are directly in front of you, and 1 of them is off to a side within the same search area. Seems to be managing the interdiction field. None of them look Imperial.
You mean Republic?
Republic. None of them look like Republic ships. They all look like pirate ships. And you were able to identify them, so yes, it comes off as being... Would pirates... I don't think pirates would fly a flag, would they?
No,
No.
you can't fly flags in space.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, give a code or a sign of some type, because you're with your sensors. No, I don't think they would.
No.
No, they'd
No.
probably try Ghost and
Yeah.
not display anything.
Sounds good. I'm sorry, you can't...
They're
you have to go around.
maybe the outside of their ships would look a specific way, maybe.
Yeah.
Only if they wanted to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
if they
like, do
wanted
they
to be-
want to be known easily by the Republic?
No.
Probably.
Exactly.
This close to Republic space would be a terrible idea to be waving a flag around going, we're pirates!
Yeah.
Star Wars uses meters.
All right. So, bam.
Oh. Yeah, I'll hit the comm button. Captain Spice Lord. Captain Spice Lord. We have, company. Beep. And then I'll let my finger off the comm.
All right.
Yes.
Spice Lord comes back over the comm and says, I'm on my way. Give me an update on the situation.
Press the button. Beep, beep. 3... What do you say?
Corvette.
3 Corvettes. Interdiction field. Pulled us out of hyperspace. Boop. Boop. Off the comm.
Well, quick! Get us back into hyperspace! He comes
Um,
back in, but without the beeps and the boops.
That is
You are
impossible.
making a mistake. You are making a mistake. Oh, you went over my glasses.
Yeah, so we're like... The interdiction field is active currently.
Yeah, when a hyperdrive passes through an interdiction field, it's
Yeah.
kind of like being stunned.
Yeah.
It's down. You
Okay.
gotta wait. Somebody's gotta go back there and turn it off, turn it back on, reinstall the operating system,
Oh god.
or at least do a repair on it. Call an IT person.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
them on the phone.
So...
You tried turning it on and turning it off.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'll switch over to the engine room. You're like, right? There's an engine room.
Yeah, there probably is, and there's probably either a droid or an engineer down there manning it.
Okay. So I'll go over the comm. Engine room. Captain Spice Lord wants the engines back up.
All right. The droid responds back with a series of beeps and boops, letting you know that the hyperdrive is currently overpowered by the interdiction field and unable to come back online as you're doing a reboot or turning it back on. And it will be at least 5 minutes.
Okay. What's it look like the Corvettes are doing?
They are now moving into a pincer formation, coming along either side of the ship.
Excellent.
Yay.
Excellent. Okay.
The captain comes on. What's the status? Get the shields up. Don't let them board. All right.
He's asking a lot.
The
from
arms
me.
robot immediately walks over and just checks the shields because they should be already on because you're in hyperspace.
Yeah.
So he turns those suckers on. All right, make sure they're on. Beep, boop, beep. And immediately pops in and says, Captain, shields are on. Weapons are online. No, he says, shields are on. I don't know. I'm going to roll. I want to see if this droid feels like he should be productive. And if I get...
Proactive.
If I get above a 12, the droid is proactive. Nope. 10. Nuh-uh. No weapons. I didn't get told to do that.
Yeah.
We weren't specifically instructed.
Exactly. So he says, shields are online, weapons are not. And the captain yells back, turn the weapons on! Turn the weapons on! Get them ready! Set them to automatically target the Corvettes. How many are there? At this point in time.
Yeah, like 3 Corvettes.
And
5 minutes to engine reactivation.
We have 4 forward guns. So put 1 on each and 2 on one of them or something as he's hustling now. And you can hear him breathing heavily into his comm. Clip clop, hustling through the corridors trying to get to the front of the ship.
Target 4 on each, or 2 to 1 and 1 to the other. Oh, I'm just a pilot droid.
Well, the arms droid begins making targeting attempts. He turns the weapons on, and as soon as he does so, the other ship, whose weapons are already on, decides to let you know not to turn your weapons on in a more peaceful manner. That's a 14, and they're now closed in less than a kilometer's range. So yeah, the shields get attacked at the from batteries, laser batteries, on either side of the Nerf herder. Boom, 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 explosions. the rattling of the ship can be heard, and a piece of decking immediately falls like down toward the grav plates below. It rocks the ship just a little bit, and everyone in the cargo bay feels the sensation of the ship being hit by something. Either asteroids or blaster fire or laser fire or something. The captain bursts into the command room, holding on to the edge of the wall, is just like, return fire! Return fire! And the arms droid, we'll give him 2 dice. So here's his 2 dice. A 7. He says, sir, I think they're just firing warning shots. Because he's not dumb. He's got 2 dice in weapons and in tactics and stuff. And it was. Those are simple, light laser batteries hitting the shield. And the droid's giving his assessment of the situation. We ain't dead. Shields are still up. That was just their way of saying, don't power your fucking guns up. Because we're about to come on board.
Good morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Good morning. Prepare to be boarded.
I don't wanna.
To which the captain responds, get ready to return fire. How much longer on those hyperdrives? And the sound of the bridge comm going off is at this point in time inevitable. The engineering panel is bleeping because of the hyperdrive at this point.
Bleep.
The shields panel where another droid would be, or not someone would be, I'm sure there's a droid there, is beeping. So there's a lot of action going on. The captain moves over to his chair and hits the comm button, and a voice comes over and says, greetings, Captain. I don't have a piratey name. I need a piratey name.
Don't you have that one pirate that was like spewing? You know, the big angry one. I don't know.
Big
No.
angry pirate.
The one that like got double crossed and then blasted the shit out of everything. Wasn't that like a real a character pilot? Pirate?
It was, but I never actually wrote the name down. You
Oh.
guys mentioned him, and then I never got to actually look him up.
I don't know. What
You
pirate you're
mentioned
talking
him
about.
first.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't recall this conversation.
Because all I've got for my notes are a bunch of different mining planets and different things. I've got tech. Let's see. Nope. Spices, drugs, robots.
Here on Original Box Set, we love being organized.
Especially the
Hey,
Game Master.
We've been preparing for a hurricane, you know? Like,
You know what? You're totally right. I should be able to prepare for a hurricane, find a job, and prepare for a game at the same time.
Yeah.
How terrible of me on slacking.
hold on.
Let's call him Dorian.
What's that?
Let's call him
Dorian?
Dorian.
Captain Dorian.
Captain. Yes!
Captain Dorian. It sounds like a pirate name.
That's
Oh,
true.
yes.
So
Joe Ryan.
Dorian.
Get outta
Totally
here.
gonna be Captain
Captain
Dorian.
Dorian.
Joe Ryan. Host Ryan.
This is Captain Doe Ryan of the Scimitar. Your
Why can't it be a lady?
it totally
Startail?
can be a lady named Doe Ryan.
Joe Ryan.
Yeah.
Startail.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I love it. Doe-
Captain Doe Ryan Startail. Man, sounds like a reoccurring character right there.
Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ryan. That's part of her first name.
Excellent.
This is Captain Doe Ryan Startail of the Scimitar. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. Keep your shields up, and we will change from using our light lasers to our repeat blaster cannons, and we will bring your shields down forcefully.
Oh man.
All right, so this is her attempt to intimidate Captain Rondo. I keep wanting to say Rando. I really do.
Rando. Ooh.
Oh yes, this is a 6, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the 6.
Followed by a 2, so that was a 18 plus 6 more is 24.
Wow. Rondo ain't scared.
Rondo ain't scared.
Nope.
Ain't nobody scared.
Rondo Spice Lordian.
Okay, And his willpower is also a knowledge skill. Yes, it is.
Oh god, I just got so tired.
That's what happens when you get in a blaster fight in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get exhausted real quick.
There's
All right.
not enough oxygen in here.
His we're gonna say that was his willpower check, the first one, and that was her intimidate. So she says, "Lower your shields, or we're gonna swap the heavy blaster or repeating blaster cannons, and then we're gonna take your shields down." And Captain Rondo steps forward. He stands up from his chair, all majestic-like, picks up his little communicator in Cesare, and says, "All batteries fire on the Corvette on our starboard side."
Oh,
That sounds real dumb.
that's okay. The captain is pretty dumb. It's in character.
So the arms robot turns to look at the communications robot, turns to look at the shield robot, finally gazing at you before looking at Rondo and says, "Roger, Captain."
Roger.
Now, that doesn't happen yet. And those guys aren't around yet. And then, heavy blaster fire begins spewing. Not heavy blaster fire. Regular blaster fire begins spewing from the blaster cannons from the Nerf herder. The four forward cannons, only 3 of them can point in that arc toward the scimitar, and the rear cannon doesn't have that arc. And so, 2 of them begin blasting. Yeah, 3 of them begin shooting in that direction. The other Corvette immediately swirls around and, instead of firing heavy blasters, drops a mine and then zips away, just speeds off. And you can see the mine from the other Corvette just pulsing as the ion mine begins slowly moving toward the ship.
Oh no.
Shit.
Okay. I want to maneuver. I want to maneuver to try and, like... So, the mine is being attracted to the hull.
That's correct, a magnetic ion mine.
Okay.
It's not droid that kills people. It's maneuvers.
I'm gonna list lazily to the left and try and dodge the mine,
Oh, right.
and maybe it'll get attracted to one of the Corvettes that's coming head on to us.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. So space transport. Do I get any modifiers?
You lose 2 dice because of the ship you're using.
God.
And let's see. This shouldn't be too hard because the mine's not flying. That's not propulsed towards you. It's just going to be attracted toward the ship and then detonate once it hits the shields. I don't see any other penalties, but I don't see any benefits either. So it's just 2 dice. We're going to set it as an easy 8. You should be able to move away from this thing. But you're also driving a clunker.
3! Wait, 5 total.
5 total. You activate the repulsors. You begin moving, and the ship begins shifting. You got this. It's the fact that you're driving a clunker makes everything worse. You know what you're doing. You can do this.
Yeah.
This machine would just... Oh, man, the lever broke. Put it back on. It's still working. So you control the ship. It begins to make a slight roll. And in the process of doing so, you strain some of the forward repulsors and cause the front decking just to blast off. Luckily, that pushes and hits the ion mine and kind of sends it off in a different direction.
No.
But not without damaging the ship.
Yeah.
Stop it.
All right.
And I've lost another dice to maneuvering.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. Which now is now on the constant list of those things broken on the ship.
Yeah.
The other Corvette gets blasted. Its shields take some hits, and it moves to the back end of the ship. And it doesn't have an ion mine. Instead, as it moves away, it's getting a distance to kind of keep the gunfire on it. The third one, which is controlling the interdiction field, is now breaking away and coming in for a run. None of them have ion guns. They only have a few ion mines. And so this one's breaking off, and it's coming in for a run. The arms master makes a sensor sweep and says the ship coming in is arming another ion mine. The captain says, "Keep doing maneuverings like that," making waggles towards you. as the other ship that just dropped its mine off is now making a loop. And the arms master, the arms droid, is being told to open fire. And so he's trying to, like, shoot one gun at this other ship, like, okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm gonna. The mine is still following, right?
No, that mine's gone.
Oh, it's gone?
That's
Oh,
gone. You
okay.
blew the plating off the front of the
Right,
ship,
okay, good.
and that
Good,
mine's
yeah.
being flung in that direction.
Alright.
But now there's another Corvette coming straight at the Nerf herder, and it's got a loaded mine that's activated, and it's like going to do a strafe run on you.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna whip it around to the other side.
I'll whip my ship
and try
back
to like
and forth.
oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a big slope heap of shit.
You're pointed right at it, it's pointed right at you, and so it's going to release the mine and then fly overhead. And so the mine's just going to be coming straight on. That's what you assume this thing's about to do.
Okay, so I'm going to throw the controls over to the port side.
Okay.
And like gun the sublight engines to try and like drift out of the line.
You're not using the front end of the ship, so I won't take away 3 dice, but I'm still going to take away 2 dice. This is not going to be easy. We're definitely going to put this as a 12
Excellent.
on the, what is that, moderate?
Oh man.
I got a 6 on my wild die.
Yeah, we're doing it at 12 as a moderate, so you got an 8 plus 2 more, that's 10. So you could do this.
Another 6.
Oh shit!
Keep going.
Keep going!
That's 8. That's 20 total now, right?
That's 20, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
This doesn't count.
That doesn't count. You
Good.
have a rolling surface.
Okay, so 26.
Okay, 30.
30.
Damn!
How much is that over? That's
I put it at
50.
12.
That's only-
That's
oh, yeah.
18 over.
Yep.
So
Something spectacular happens.
something spectacular.
Something spectacular happens. Okay. As the grav plating up front and the thing's coming right at you, you immediately crank the whole ship so it barrel rolls to one side. Pull the power from the front of the ship and begin pulsing to one side. So the whole ship flips and rolls. So instead of it coming, this bird's coming straight towards you, as it comes and you're facing it, it breaks off and the mine's heading straight towards you. You twitch, roll, and it shoots past you. And so the other Corvette that's coming up behind meets straight in with the ion mine.
Oh,
There's a
man.
massive explosion. The shields suddenly lose about 10% of their power from the ionic wave that just shoots out. But the other Corvette flies through the front sensor view and it's dead. It's just momentum now carrying it through space because it just got dead on with the ion mine. Everybody in the crew, you guys see the stars going spinning around and stuff.
Should we like hold on to something?
No,
Are we
no.
strapped in?
Grav plating keeps you down.
Oh, good.
The gravity has yet to be turned off. I mean, it's part of the life support.
So far, we've just lost some plating off the front. We're good.
All right. On this turn,
We
the Corvette that's been sticking to one side, the armsman is not. I have no lock on any of the ships now because of the maneuvering. The captain's like, "Bring us back around." That's what he's yelling at you. But in the process of doing so, the Corvette that dropped the first mine has full opportunities to make a strafing run, and so not using his mine because he doesn't have one, he instead activates his heavy blasters and makes a nice run and knocks at least 25% off your shields,
Oh man.
which rocks the ship.
Uh-oh.
Captain Doe Ryan calls in again. "I see you want to play hard. That's fine."
Ryan likes it hard. Excuse the Star Wars, they had Taco Bell. Excuse the stars, they had Taco Bell. That's fine.
All right.
Star Wars. The Star Wars had Taco Bell.
Oh man.
So,
Gas giants.
the captain tells you, "Bring us back around. Let's get into a firing path. Let's get into a way that we can shoot them all." And that's his words exactly. The arms robot responds back, 2 of the corvettes are at this current direction, and 1 is in this direction. Giving you a placement for where they're at. All the guns on the ship are on the underside, by the way. None of them are on top or the actual side.
Okay.
So this ship's original design was an orbital striker.
Okay. Useless.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'll try to bring the ship around. So one of them is incapacitated, right? Because it hit the ion mine.
Yes.
So I'm gonna make a path that'll definitely hit the other 2, and might swing around to hit the 3rd one.
Okay.
Because I don't think the captain is very bright.
All right. So you he's just saying, "Do this."
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
I want to live.
All right. Minus 2 dice, and it's an easy. So we'll put it at a 6.
Oh shit.
Oh, dang it! Another 6 on the force die.
Oh no.
Okay, so that's 7, 8, 9 total. So 12.
12. Good. Yeah, not a problem. You bring the underside of the ship around to where it's got a nice angle, and all 6 of the guns, 5 of the guns can easily split between the 2 incoming ships.
No.
All right, and they do so, and the arms guy opens fire, some blaster fire, some hit, some miss, and in the return, because you guys are positioned and not maneuvering to dodge, they come in with a raking blaster fire, reduce your shields another 25%.
So he's down
60% in total.
Yeah.
The captain says, "How much longer are the hyperdrive engines?" He yells out. We're going to assume the idea that each of these rounds are about 30 seconds. So we've done 3 of them. It's like a minute and a half. Because this is not just like seconds, 5 seconds each time.
So we've got like 3.5 minutes left.
3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes until the engines can be reinitialized. But then there's the power up and the equilibriumism stabilization. There's a checklist, sir.
Damn it, man. Ignore the checklist and get them back online right now.
I highly don't recommend that course of action.
All right. The captain orders, bring us around. Let's try to hit the corvette, the scimitar that's down and out of commission. Let's do some damage before we get out of here. Let's get them behind us. Bring our shields full into the rear and just lay into that corvette.
That's not the way this works.
Yes, Captain Spice Lord.
All right, you get 2 dice to reorganize and head straight for the downed corvette.
Excellent. It's only a 7.
Perfectly fine. I was going to put it as 6. It's not hard to get. Whoops. All right, so you start heading toward the downed corvette. Make a sensor sweep.
Ooh. Do I lose anything
No.
for using sensors?
The sensors are good on this ship. It's
Okay.
the maneuvering, the repulsor things that suck ass.
Let's see. That is 18.
All right. And the arms robot is currently busy, so I'm going to give him a roll as well, but he's probably not going to notice. Nope. As you turn and start heading toward the corvette, you detect an ion weapon being charged and activated on the corvette you're heading straight toward at this point in time. It's got a speed, and because it's not gaining any speed, you're going to easily catch up to it. But you're detecting that the corvette is bringing its power back on well before it should be able to. Like, this might be... They might be recovering from this ion blast faster or something. And now you guys are heading straight toward it.
They had that turned off, so it was easy to turn it back on again.
Yeah, right. So, does my restraining bolt make me warn people of this kind of thing?
You are not a combat droid. That's not part of your programming.
Yes. Excellent. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep flying.
All right.
We're going straight for it.
Oh my goodness, the shield droid, on the other hand, makes a sensor roll. And then turns to look. Captain, I think there might be a problem. And he's like, just refocus the shields. I gotta stop hitting the table.
Yep.
Just refocus the shields to the rear of the ship. And he's, yes sir. So he does, because he has a restraining bolt. So a restraining bolt, from what I understand, works like this. You have some sort of initiative that takes place because you're a droid. And if somebody tells you to do something otherwise, that's within your programming or ability to do so, the restraining bolt makes you do that. So if you're a pilot and you're like, I need to fly this particular, and he says, no, you need to make me a coffee, you can do that. You know how to make coffee. You're going to stop piloting and go make some goddamn coffee.
Mix me a martini, droid.
But if you're flying into a dangerous situation like a nebula or something that is against your better judgment, then there's willpower tests that come involved to try to resist your restraining bolt.
Okay.
Which they are, I think, like 8 dice on the average one.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be an easy win. All right. With this, it's outside your purview. Yeah. This is a combat situation.
You're just flying the ship.
I don't combat.
All right. Shields get moved to the back. You've got the ship flying at a decent speed, catching up with the original Corvette. The other two are in the back. They're not firing as much that they could be firing, and you think you know why. And as you get closer, you realize the other Corvette rolls over with like some sort of thrusters. The back opens up, and the ion bomb, the ion mine just comes out, and then like an explosion. So like the ship splits in 2 different directions in your path as the front blasters begin opening fire on the unshielded Corvette. It's getting hit by the blaster fire from the Nerf herder, but then the mine comes up, and the captain's like, maneuver, 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 begins yelling at you last minute. You lose 3 dice because the front repulsor is missing, and 2 dice because the ship is crap.
I'll die.
Oh my god!
It's a 6.
Yes!
Nice.
Yes.
10.
4,
10.
10. All right.
Oh,
so,
plus 2 is 12.
12.
Damn, you are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're super good.
You're
at
the
this.
best pilot. This junky ass ship.
You
Right?
roll the ship to where the repulsors are in a good position. You start to move up, and it doesn't matter. You're completely out of the way, but the mine detonates anyways.
Yeah.
You don't contact with it. They hit a button or something. The wave moves over the ship. Repulsor's gone. Shield's gone. It begins washing over your system. The armsman, the shieldsman is the first one that goes and slumps over his desk. The armsman is the next one as the wave begins passing over the ship and it hits you. Your hardened system gives you resistance versus this.
Excellent.
Droids don't get a save versus this box text, but you do.
They weren't made to withstand nebulous radiation.
That's correct.
I get, it was, you said
Strength
2 dice.
plus 2 dice.
Strength plus 2 dice. Okay, so that's 6 dice.
Oh, you're going against a 10, by the way.
Okay.
You can do this. You got this.
You got it. We believe in you.
So
Oh, yeah,
let's
you
see,
got it.
That's 10,
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23.
All right. Does the captain know that you're resistant to EMPs?
Would he care enough?
I mean, if
The question would be, has it happened in the past and you resisted and he learned that way, or this is the first
Oh.
time?
yeah, this is the first time.
So he has no idea that you're going to survive.
Yeah.
All right, the EMP blast goes over you. You realize your console is now dead. What do you want to do?
So, man.
Slump forward. Bloom.
Yeah.
Beep boop boo.
Okay, so
Beep, beep, boop.
how can I test if my restraining bolt is working? Can I feel it if it stops?
Yeah, dude, you're in 100% understanding if your training bolt is working or not.
Okay.
And it's working.
It's working.
Yep.
Okay.
You haven't shut down because you're resistant to it. It's not shut down.
Okay. So, I really can't leave my post because of the restraining bolt.
That's correct.
I don't know what I want to do yet. I hesitate.
You hesitate. Fair enough.
You don't move.
Yeah.
The captain's looking around. All right, so the ship now is just moving in a direction. It's all blacked out. These are the number of minutes it's going to be out.
Oh shit.
11 minutes.
So long.
Here's the problem why I got that wrong. We're going to add 2 more dice to that because the engineer is a robot as well. There are no organics down there to hit the restart button.
There's just slaves.
6. 17 minutes worth of time is going to pass before the engines automatically turn themselves back on.
I think this is us.
The lights go out in the bay at this point in time. Droids drop. Nearby you, another droid who's got a gun, who's like, move this. Ugh. One of the slavers stop and go, all right, everybody. And it's just one dude with a whip. And the droid that has the shocky thing, Taskmaster number 7, just hit the ground. All right, everybody, let's get to the secure cargo facility. Let's move. He cracks the whip.
How many people are in there?
Yeah.
Probably about 18 living slaves.
And only one Taskmaster?
Only one humanoid Taskmaster.
I don't know how many people are, like, totally, non-resistant. If their spirit's broken.
It doesn't matter.
But Brick loves a good fight.
And my people are born for combat anyway.
He's only got a whip. He gonna die. Yeah. This is my chance. This is my opportunity. We're probably like chained together or something.
Probably. We kind of get like this little like...
And you see like this vicious grin. I mean, Brick is missing at least 2 or 3 teeth. He's got scars on his face. He's got like...
Yeah. And the Cathar females have elongated fangs, so the smile is very toothy. In the dark. In the night.
In the darkness of a dead ship.
Yeah.
The emergency lighting did come on, so that you guys have light to be able to see by.
So you like the like
Do you have the NPC generator on your computer?
I do not.
Alright,
I
Sarah,
do.
I'm going to need some thugs.
I'm so excited. We're gonna kill some slavers.
Yeah.
Will you people stop pushing this way? My train
Okay.
is right there. Go around.
People.
You said there was only one, right?
Yeah, I still need a generic for it, so
Okay.
we're just going to make one.
Do you
so do
want
a...
human?
we're going to
do
do a
you want-
human,
okay.
non-shamistic. Is there a thug option?
There's an outlaw.
Let's do an outlaw. I like outlaw.
Okay. And trained, experienced veteran.
We're going to do veteran. I don't think they should be a pushover. I think they should put a challenge up.
Okay.
All right. So what's the dex?
3 + 1.
Any dex-based skills?
Blaster
Mm-hmm.
at a 6D + 1.
Uh-huh.
Dodge at 6D + 1. Sneak at 3D. I
At
don't-
3D?
Yeah.
How does that work? It should be
I thought
3D plus 1.
sneak is perception.
Oh, that is
sorry.
perception.
Is it perception?
It
Yep.
is.
Oh.
All right, what's their perception?
Perception is a 2D.
And sneak of 3D.
I gotta move mine over.
What's their strength?
2D + 1.
I don't know what other stats might be important. Dex, knowledge,
Mechanical,
No,
perception, strength.
Yeah, no, these are the ones that are important for physical-based combat, and we will give them. We'll give them protective armor that gives armor is
This one says they have
+1d physical,
a combat jumpsuit, which is
+2 energy,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's exactly what it is.
and we'll give them a whip and make it strength +2, stun, and then we'll give them stun baton for some of them. Do they have melee?
No.
We're going to have to give them melee. We're going to give them a melee of 5d +2. Actually, yeah, that sounds good. Melee, which is dex-based, right?
No, well, melee combat, yes, is dex based, but if you want like hand to hand, that's brawling.
Which is strength-based?
Yes.
So we'll put a brawl here. We'll give it 2 dice, make them 4d +1, and their melee will be 5d +1. Bam. We've got thugs. I love how simple this system is. I just made thugs. And this is the second time I've run it. Either that says something about my skills, or how simple this system is, or both, and alcohol.
Yes.
All right. He's going to make a perception check on you, because of the way you guys are staring at him. Nope.
Okay.
So how far, if we are chained together, how far is the chain?
Probably a meter.
A meter.
Yeah, a meter long. I would say tops.
Okay. So I go one way, you go the other.
You clothesline him?
And then, yeah, clothesline, or actually, like,
Yeah.
garrote him with the chain around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you guys aren't chained at the ankle?
I don't know.
No, they have to move around
Yeah.
and pick up stuff, so they have to be able to get on either side of the crate, put it up into a repulsor lift, move it, so they need to be by wrists.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, not to say they do, but proximity shackles would exist in Star Wars, in which you can't get so far without shocking the other person, or both people getting shot.
Yeah.
That's a Star Warsian
Yeah,
thing,
that is
I can
True.
imagine.
Yeah.
Star Warsian.
It's a word.
No, I like it. I like it. It's like Edwardian, but...
All right.
Okay, so I have,
I have 5D in brawling.
I have 4D.
All right.
No,
He's
it's
failed
not
his
wrong.
perception check, so you guys have a surprise round, which means all the difficulties drop by 1. But you're coordinating your efforts, so we'll bump up the difficulty by 1, unless one of you has leadership.
No.
Okay. So you both must pass. It is an easy maneuver, bumped up by 1, so it goes to somewhere between 11 and 15. We'll set it at a 12. So you both must beat a 12 to be successful.
So, do they have to move?
I got a 6.
They do have to move
They have to
and
move
garage.
before they can...
So you guys lose a dice.
Okay. Well, I still rolled a 6 on my thing. I'm not getting rid of it. I had so
got
many
a
ones.
6?
I had so many ones last time. I'm not re-rolling it.
Oh, Sarah got a 6-2 on her wild die.
11.
And again! Oh my god, the force is with us tonight!
Okay, so
11.
12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Wow.
21.
21 and 24. Describe it, man. Describe that.
Okay.
So we make eye contact and kind of like jingle our chain a little bit to give each other the signal.
Yes. We've probably like daydreamed about this moment.
We've talked about it so many times. It's ridiculous.
The only reason why we haven't yet is because trigger finger's number 7.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So we kind of shuffle a box to make a distracting noise. They look this way, and then all of a sudden we like
We
jam.
run
Yeah.
we run like full tilt into him. As soon as we get there, like we like elbow him
it's
right
like
there.
a punch, but at the same time, and then the chain just like
Yeah, cause what we do, we run up, we throw our elbows at his
Yeah.
face as we run, like still like push past him. So
Yeah.
then the chain gets up around his neck.
yeah, and then we just like
And then you wrap the chain around his neck and start
Yeah.
dragging around the floor.
yeah.
Yep.
Maybe even putting your feet on his shoulders while pulling on the chain. You get to combine your strength scores,
Ooh. Okay.
and the chain's going to do an extra dice plus 2 in damage versus his strength, which is 2 dice plus 1.
You want to roll the extra dice?
I have 3 plus 2, so yeah.
Okay.
Now this is damage, so the wild dice does not count.
Oh,
Damn
okay.
it!
I'm
Because I got
sorry.
a 6.
I'm sorry. His ability
That's okay.
check, on the other hand, for versus the strength, it does count, right?
That
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
so he got
okay.
5.
7,
I
8,
got-
9, 10, 11.
I got 8.
I get 11.
So a total of 19 versus his 5. That's 14 difference, which is mortally wounded.
Oh man.
As
We
you're-
crush his windpipe.
Yeah. We just keep
as-
going.
yeah. Okay. All right. You're not the only ones. What were they? The dog-faced ones.
Bothans.
Bothans. A Bothan runs up with a crate. He's a sizable individual, and he immediately pushes the crate over on Taskmaster number 7. Just, he's beefy enough to push it. He's, crunch. falls on number 7. And then he runs over, and his second action is just to continuously stomp that hand into the ground.
Yeah.
I love Boffins.
Right?
All right.
His fur's all shifty with rage.
As you're sitting there hesitant, like, fuck, you get to see what other comms are doing as well, and you see that there's a riot in 3 of the 4 holding the cargo holds.
Oh, man.
Several of the slave cells have opened, and they're no longer locked, and some of the slaves have gotten free. Of the list on there are several slaves that are to be, considered dangerous, and that containment unit just unlocked.
That's us. I think that's.
That's me too. I got clouds.
Captain Spice Lord. I'm reading the release of several of the slave cells.
He scares the shit out of Spice Lord because he starts talking.
Right?
It appears they're overrunning the guards, and they may take control of the ship.
You're still up and running? Oh, get in touch with engineering. We gotta get somebody down there. Wait, no, he'll know that there's robots. He's like, we need to get one of the crew. Go on the comms. Tell a taskmaster. Get the engines back up and running. And he's referring to one of the organic ones.
All the
Comms aren't working, are they?
No.
Sir, the comms are dead.
It's up to you to get to engineering and get the engines back online.
My restraining bolt prevents me from leaving my post.
I order you to get to engineering and turn the engines back on.
Good try.
Do you want to resist?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I just wanted the order to leave. Oh, yeah, I have to go get the engines back online. Okay. Yes, Captain.
All right.
What are your plans? Surely you won't be safe here long.
I am activate, and he's got his little wristy thing. I'm taking care of that.
We're gonna murder him.
Yes, Captain. I'll be back.
You're dead, Spice Lord.
All right. Leaving the command. God, get off.
He loves you.
He wants he's like shedding into my drink. I don't like drinking your son's hair.
I thought it was completely obvious that every scrap of food will always have cat hair or dog hair in it. I thought you knew this whenever you moved in.
I'm trying to resist.
Every breath you take,
Every move you make,
there's cat fur on you.
there is babies
Or in
inside your lungs. So
You're disgusting.
Gross.
Let's
Who
make
let? Oh, Hillary Cole statement.
let the Wookiees free. I tried.
I can't really
Alright.
do it.
I can only do it because I'm sick right now.
You leave the command room, heading toward the engineering. As you're doing so, you can hear like a lot of noise and yelling. And your knowledge of how things work as far as it goes for ships, you hear a repulsor clamp attached to the outside of the
Yay!
nerf herder.
Okay.
And it's loud. You all hear it, and unless your character has any skill related to it, you don't know what that is other than something just hit the nerf herder.
I have repulsor lift operations.
Then you would be
So do
familiar,
I.
then you'd be familiar with, oh hey, this is really loud. This is what it reminds me of. And so as you're heading down the tunnel, you see there's brawls in the actual hallway that you like. There are 2 main hallways that go down the length of the ship, and you're on one. And as you're passing by one, you see this this man and this woman, and they are in fight with some of the other handlers. And like you see the woman, she grabs one with a hand and she does like this, and his head just goes a funny way, while she grabs the other by the throat and just starts pinning him against the wall. And this other one kicks the dude in the head, and this is like somebody you've worked with, and his head just goes floppy as to one side. Those 2 were some of the dangerous slaves that got out, and you're on the other corresponding corridor. As you're heading down this way, you see that, and you're like, I'm still going to go this way. And as you move just a little bit
Wait.
farther...
Why am I avoiding them?
Because there are 2 corridors that go to engineering.
Yeah.
Do you want to go catch up with these 2 dangerous individuals? I'm not saying you're avoiding them. I'm just saying that the corridors correspond in the same direction.
So, like, do I know anything about them? Are they dangerous just because, like, the captain doesn't like them? Or are they dangerous because they'll kill anything that moves?
You might know that. Knowledge roll.
Beep, beep. Boop, boop. What's up? Ooh.
Oh.
You beat a 12.
Well, my wild die is a 1, so that's only a 8.
No, we're not actually going to do that. We're going to leave this in.
Yeah?
And this is going to be a bad thing that happens.
Oh, okay. So, yeah,
Ruh-roh.
Right, so you pause to look at them, and you're remembering, and you picked those guys up on Galadrion.
Galadron.
That's Jango Fett, an infamous bounty hunter, and that's one of his Mandalorian warriors that are engaged in combat over there. And you're like, oh, and part of your processing is like realizing that moment in time when the ship gets hit. An explosion nearby. You're not sure exactly what's causing this, but decking as well as reinforcing fly, and you get thrown to the ground.
Okay. Oh, man. Well, I've been ordered to go to the engine room, so I guess I can't not go to the engine room.
So we're going to move to these 2.
Okay.
'Cause you just got knocked out.
Yep.
You guys, you hear something clamp onto the ship. You get that idea because you have repulsor lift. And at this point, this bay is free. This is not where escape pods are kept at. And you know, if the ship's being attacked, if Imperial's troopers come through, you're fucked. If pirates come through, you're fucked. If Republic troopers come in, you guys are saved. Yay, they're anti-slavery. But, you know, if the Hutts come in, you're fucked. You're going back into slavery. What do you guys want to do?
Well, first I'm gonna take. Let's see. These are the things that I got skills in.
Yes, Cole.
Yeah, they done fucked up. They done fucked up tonight. Okay, so I want to make sure that we have weapons.
All right. Well, lead pipes, crowbars, stuff like that are around. The guy you just choking out right now has a whip and a stun baton.
Yeah, but Seven has a blaster pistol.
He does. The droids were given blasters,
Shit.
It's like so.
not blaster rifles, blaster pistols.
Right.
So it's like blaster, come on, and we drag him and his things behind us over to where Seven is, where the Bothan has been bashing Seven repeatedly at this point. And I'll pick up the blaster and we like, it's like we hold it out like super far so it like stretches this guy's neck even more and like shoot off the chains.
Yeah.
All right, so you just shooting in the middle, or are you shooting it near your cuff?
Yeah, near my cuff, near there.
All right, so you shoot it near your cuff, and now you have a length of chain, and then she shoots it off your cuff. Not a problem. That's your actions for the round. That's like 3 right there. Move, pick up pistol, shoot. That's 4.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. I'm legitimately cool with that. Anything else is gonna have like a -3 dice.
No, I think we've got stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a stun baton.
A blaster pistol.
Yeah, blaster pistol.
Well, if anything, I can just use brawling because I have claws.
That's true. Oh, I'd love to get my hands on a vibroblade.
Maybe they have one somewhere. We need to get out of here, though.
Okay.
All right. You guys know where the escape pods are at. You also know that there are two. There is a bay that is set aside for a loading and unloading of vehicles, and there are 3. I call them scout size, not like more like an escort size craft. So like an escape pod is teeny tiny.
No.
These guys are about the size of maybe like a
We're going for the transport ships.
Small transport
We
ships.
won't make it away in an escape pod.
No.
because you don't know where you're at. You don't know if there's a planet nearby.
There's no hyperdrive on an escape pod.
Exactly.
And it might not be a hyperdrive on these things, but you at least can get moving.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. And so you know that other people on the ship are going to have the same thought.
Yeah.
So it's time to get moving in a direction. All right. You get out of the cargo bay. The hallways are pretty linear. There are 2 of them that run the length of the ship. And they connect. And then there's the internal middle workings of the ship. So as you pull into this middle hallway and begin going down the way, you are in cargo bay number, we'll say, 3. See, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. You're on 3. And bay number 2 is where these transports are at. So you only have to move up to along where bay 1 is and then cross over the ship and you'll be where these transports are at. And then all you have to worry about is other people and whoever the hell's taking the ship over. That's all you... Not a big deal, right? You can do this.
Yeah. Going, like, I will move first because I can sneak.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to sneak down the hallway to try to, like,
The Boston,
scout.
by the way, follows after you guys.
Cool.
He comes up behind with that length of chain you just busted, and he's got a hold of it. Like he's ready to whip it out at somebody.
Excellent.
He's gonna beat somebody.
I'm going to beat somebody
Length of chain.
hard.
You are of the 5 slaves that are in here. The other 2 slaves are still mending about. You are the other 3. You move over to the door. It doesn't open.
I am... Let's see. I can try to break it open.
Yeah, the Bothan will help.
Yeah.
He'll throw his chain down and grab a hold of it and
Didn't
start pulling.
what can we search what's his faces that we choked out for, like, maybe a key card or something to, like, open?
Sure. You move over and start looking for a key card. You and the Bothan grab the door and start pulling.
Yeah.
Additional strength. We'll say he has 2 plus 2
Okay.
to whatever you have.
Alright. So,
Want me to roll for
that would be...
Yeah, please do.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say that would be like 5.
Purple is the one.
Yes!
So he'll add 8.
11, 14, plus 8.
22. The 2 of you grab either side of the door. Without the power on, it's easy to start forcing it open. You do find a key card, an access card on his person.
Excellent.
But they've pulled the door open, so maybe this won't be useful.
No, it might be useful for other parts of the ship.
Exactly. You might need it to be able to start the ship up when
Yeah.
you get there.
So,
Moving into the hallway, most of the guards are here.
Between Padme and Ahsoka and Leia, it's confirmed stereotype that slave chains are dangerous weapons.
right?
I love that.
Very much so.
It's true.
By the way, I want to thank you. Having the words that big help out way over here to be able to read them.
Excellent.
This is a massive melee of slaves and guards. There is at least 10 to 15 meters between each melee where guards are using batons to beat back a slave uprising. All of the storage cells that were being used on the ship are open, and so everybody is flooded into the corridors. There are some people who are cowering out of fear because they're not that strong. There are others who are engaged in combat against them. To your disadvantage, the Wookiee is away from this transport. You can see him down there crushing people. Yes. But he's not the direction you want to go. The direction you want to go, there are several, 3 Gorians with stun sticks beating the ever-living piss out of everybody in the hallway. You know what the Gorians are, right? The
big
people.
ones.
Yeah.
The big
Their
ones.
minimum strength is 3 dice.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna blast the shit out of them.
Yeah, 'cause
After
you got it good.
But do I see? Do they have any? Do they have blasters?
Yeah, they have blaster pistols too, but right now they're just trying to... You don't blast your slaves, they're trying to stun them back into submission. And they're succeeding because they are...
All right. Well, I'm gonna shoot one in the face. I mean, I don't think there's a called shot, but still, I'm gonna shoot one.
There is a called shot, but we're not.
Yeah, I don't care about using those rules right now.
Yeah, we don't. They don't seem to have any benefit at this point in time.
So I'm thinking about sneak attacking them.
You will have to get around because they are facing into the hallway. Getting behind them is going to be difficult.
But there's like more slaves around, right? Like up there. So if I like,
I'm just telling you, it's going to be hard. I'm not saying. You know what? I'm not saying you can't. I'm just going to say it's hard.
Well, what difficulty?
yeah, because I have 4 dice in sneak, and then
I think it's going to be a difficult because I don't think moderate really plays well into it because they can look past these other slaves. So you're trying to keep the slaves that they're in front of them. So we're going to say it's a 16.
I'm going if I start shooting at them, so I get attention. Does that help?
Yes, especially if she uses those structural supports in the hallways that are in all Star Wars spaceship hallways.
of course, because
It's actually sensible to have them because it helps from being crushed from planets and stuff like that.
of course it is.
Gamorreans. See, Cole is correcting you. The pig people are Gamorreans, not Gorians.
Gamorreans, thank you very much. I am terrible with my lore. I started
He's also
learning
terrible with pronouncing things.
Words mean things.
Words are what?
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Give me some credit.
I love you.
I love you too. 2 weeks ago I started learning Star Wars lore.
I love you. You don't pronounce things good sometimes.
At least I get your name right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey-o.
All right. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna draw their attention by shooting some stuff,
Oh, right.
and then can I do it from
They're
cover?
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
You can use your fellow slaves as cover.
I mean, I will. I don't care about them.
Yeah. We've made a friendship, but it's still,
I mean-
like, you know,
And you have a Bothan you can use for a cover.
we're only
Many Bothan
useful
died in the
until we're
attempt
not.
to get
We're only friends until we're not useful.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We're fucking
So
slaves.
you got 3.
Yeah.
You can fire 3 times. Taking cover is we're not going to consider that an action.
Okay.
Do you want to be like a 3/4 cover, so you're just sticking your arm out shooting?
No, I wouldn't say that. I want them to notice me.
Okay, so maybe half cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half cover.
Just gonna jump out and scream, "Witness me!" Witness me! Blastering down the hallway.
All right. Oh, let's see what happens.
Cassie.
Nice. A 6 on your wild die.
Jesus.
Blast the tusk off.
Another 6.
Wow.
She's murdering the shit out of people.
All right. So that was 12, 15, 20, 33.
Wow. They're completely unaware. The range is easy, so you easily beat the first shot because you only called 1. So it beats it spectacularly.
So
In their eyeballs.
one is let's see. I really feel like
So one of them gets blasted in the face
yeah.
and stuns the one next to him.
So
Yeah.
are you just trying to shoot as many as you can? So you're like spray firing into them?
I mean,
Or are you
honestly,
aiming just at
no,
one?
I wasn't. I was because I'm trying to get their attention directed away from me. So like, yeah, I think that.
Okay, so what happens is you're just trying to distract so she can get closer.
And I just happened to hit one in the head.
You do hit not one in the head. You do hit him though. All right. So it's going to do normal blaster damage,
Okay.
which is 4 dice because it's a blaster pistol.
No, it's heavy blaster pistol.
No, it's a regular blaster
No, it's
pistol.
heavy blaster. It's already not my character sheet.
Fine.
Yes.
He has an energy of 3 dice.
It's gonna be really hard for him to beat.
11.
21.
21.
So 10 greater.
Yeah, that's a
That is incapacitated.
Oh shit!
You hit him in his helmet. And you're down. And he goes down, but the rest of the shots blast across the archway that's near them, sending sparks and spraying down upon them. And they immediately move back to cover, giving you a straight beeline. You gain an additional dice for your stealth roll to get as close as possible. You're aiming to beat a moderate, to be halfway, difficult to be almost on top of him, and very difficult puts you right next to him at the end of this round.
And are you doing anything else in addition?
No, I'm just getting up
as
there.
close as
That's
possible.
all I want to do is get as close as possible and
You're like,
a good advantage. Okay. That's probably not great. That's 5. So 14.
All right, this puts you halfway there. What?
14, 15, 16. Sorry, because I have a plus 2.
This puts you only a short distance away from you. You will suffer no penalties, but you'll only be able to jump out after one of them.
Okay.
Next round, if you had just gotten a few more points, you would have been able to jump out and get both of them next round.
How dare you?
All right. Blaster fire rings out of the hallways. A Wookiee screams as he crushes 2 grown men's skulls in.
Rips off your arms and starts windmilling through the hallway.
The sky keeps on turning.
The minimum strength on a Wookiee is 4 dice. 4 dice. Put them in armor.
Yeah.
That's insane. Alright, yeah, you guys have made some headway. She's right there. She's going to be able to jump out and beat some face. The Bothan doesn't have a ranged weapon. He has a melee weapon. So he's going to attempt the best he can with his sneaking up there. He moves a meter or two, and no, pretty much he's caught out in the middle of the hallway as shit's going down.
That's gonna suck for him.
Yeah. Oh well.
John, a couple of seconds have passed. Something's going on. You're back online. You're aware again. Systems check out. Everything's good. There's debris on top of you. You do a quick rundown. Everything's functioning, except your restraining bolt. You look down, and on your chest, there's a piece of metal that is sheared into your restraining bolt. As you push it off, the restraining bolt is still there. It looks fine. It's still lit. But your systems are saying the restraining bolt is deactivated.
It's just unplugged.
Oh man. I'm gonna rip it off.
Okay, you're gonna rip off your restraining bolt?
I'm just gonna grab it and crush snap it.
All right, it's gone.
Don't stop
Oh
me
man,
now.
yeah.
Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time.
Do I see blaster fire down the hallway?
Yeah, you can hear blaster fire. You can see blaster fire. Yeah.
Okay. But that is, I have to go in that direction to get to where the ships are.
Yes, ships and escape pods are closer.
Escape pods are closer.
Yeah.
But ships are farther.
Yeah. But you also, you can either. There's also the possibility that the captain has a small maneuverable escape pod at his, but it doesn't have hyperdrive and it doesn't fly very well, but it's tiny and it's shielded, so that's probably his escape plan.
Aww. Bothans, also known as cannon fodder.
That's
so
From the
rude.
dictionary.
Oh.
A lot of Bothans died to bring us this information.
Yeah, so I know that an escape pod is not going to be a suitable long-term
Yeah, you need 5
solution.
escape pods combined together.
Yeah, I've got to get out of here. This is my chance.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Nothing's telling you no.
I'm going straight for a transport ship that hopefully has hyperdrive.
Yeah, they do. They're shit hyperdrives, but you know what?
Still hyperdrive.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Hyperdrive is a hyperdrive.
All right.
It's a hyperdrive.
Oh, I'm gonna run. I haven't run.
All right, you pull yourself out of the wreckage.
You run through people.
Come on, A-Train.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, A-Train.
Sorry.
You pull yourself up and begin hauling down what's called B corridor. You begin hauling butt down B corridor. As you come to a section that kind of slopes down, you can see beneath you Gamorreans, some of the Gamorrean slavers. One of them is sitting there, he's on the ground and there's blood everywhere, and the other 2 are nearby and they're getting out their weapons at this point in time. You have to get close to them and then cross over one of the crossover tunnels to get to the bay, so you have to pass by them. You're on their team though. As far as they know, you're not. They have no idea. They would have to. Oh man, if the restraining bolt was still there, they might think something if they're smart enough. But Gamorreans are not that smart.
Is the engine room in the same direction as the transport ships that I'm trying to go to?
No, the engine room is farther along. You'd have to at least spend another round or two to get to the engine room.
Okay. That's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get past them.
I'm gonna smash the pigman. Smashing the
Yeah,
pigman.
especially the figure. So, how distance-wise, how far are they from me at this point in time?
Okay, a move of 8.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get there.
Okay. So one of them's down.
Well, he's not
So
down.
we're
He's
gonna go for the
he's
weapons.
bleeding pretty badly.
Okay.
Ow, sorry.
You can see the blaster fire is coming from beyond them.
Yeah. Now, a move of 8, is that 8 meters?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just had to make sure. I am. Yeah, I'm just gonna rush up to him, and try to get past them.
Cut.
I'm gonna say, Captain Spice Lord needs a report from the shuttle bay.
Okay. Roll your con.
It's under a perception.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing?
He's conning.
You're going up to the
Well,
pigmen and
Yeah, I'm
Like mid-fight.
that are fighting.
They're just
with
like,
slaves?
ah!
yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's something a droid would do.
Four dice.
No.
It's knowledge. Oh, it's perception,
Con is
isn't it?
perception,
Never mind.
yeah.
Perception is one of the best stats.
It really is.
It really is.
Not for me. Oh my god!
Kidding. Look at that. He rolled a
Again.
6 on the wild dice and a 6 on his normal dice because he's only got 2 to work with.
Okay, so that's 12.
14 total.
It's still good.
Any other bonuses? Any
No.
other pluses? All right.
No.
14 is a moderate, though.
That's going to give you an extra dice to work with.
Yes!
All right. So as you're like moving up and whatnot, you see a droid. As she. Brick is a she.
No, Brick is a
As Brick is
dude.
opening fire.
Think of Brick
as you're
from
running,
Borderlands.
You slide up. You look beyond. This droid comes down the slope. Captain needs report from the transport room. Whoosh, and he turns it and you can see for a moment they stop and they lean out and they're paying attention to this droid that just said shit to them. And so now this is your moment. Both of them are within access. You just got to get into both of them. So you got to move, and if
Okay.
you choose to, attack both of them. You will receive a +1 dice because you have successfully distracted them. And you'll be able to get around cover to where they're at.
So that means 2 dice to my brawling. I would only have 2 dice to roll for my brawling for both of them.
Ah, why? Did you only have 2?
Brawl is 2. And she's losing...
My brawl is 4.
Uh-huh.
So I am losing
So it becomes
a dice
and then
because I'm moving, and then I'm losing a dice because I'm
Making
attacking.
2 attacks.
Yeah,
And then you're
making
gaining
2.
And you're
dice.
gaining
But then you're
dice.
gaining a
From by
dice.
distracting them. So
Yeah.
3 dice.
So you
Oh.
have 3 dice on both attacks. And they're easies because they're not looking at you.
Oh yeah, then let's do that. Okay.
We'll send easy at 7.
Okay.
Big dumb pig people.
Oh,
no!
no!
Well, this one is cocked.
Well, then you have to re-roll it.
All right. What makes you lose the 1 and the highest dice? So that one's a 4.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
Uh, 9.
All right. You'll hit. So you hit one dude, miss the other dude.
Okay. So it's
And as you're passing at this point in time, you see a cat. What's it called?
Cathor.
A Cathor come up and.
Nice.
Damage is 4 dice plus 2.
Ouch.
Swiping some bacon.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13, 15.
9, 13. So 2. That's a stun.
Okay.
Because these guys are tough. Alright, so you slash and stun him, but you make eye contact on the pilot droid, who's now running toward the train. And we're talking, like, droid's like, doo, 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 doo. No,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm going to check out the transport! Yeah. And it's a panic-sounding droid voice. Like, what the fuck?
Panic mixed with excitement.
Panic mixed with excitement. Why is the pilot droid running? Yeah, so you get that. It's like, slice. Oh. All right. New round. Now that we're engaged in a non-stealthy maneuver, it's time for regular combat. Perception checks to determine who goes first. The guards have an 11.
Wow.
I forgot to roll my
John?
fucking dice.
Oh,
You're right there.
yeah. I only get 2.
I just want to make sure. Okay, 7.
Purple's the wild. I got
12.
3.
13, 14.
3.
14 is the highest. So you get to go again.
Murders!
They're still distracted. You get your extra dice.
Murders! And I don't have to, okay.
You do have the stun baton. If that
But you're doing 2 slice attacks again, you'll lose a dice. So your 4 will go to down by 1, and then back up because you have an extra dice because they're distracted.
Right, so 4.
So you're like,
Okay,
still the same as 7.
14 for the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, definite.
Whoa!
All of them are 6s except
18 plus 5. What is that, 14?
23.
Huh?
20.
23.
Oh, 23. Sorry.
Minus 7 is 23 minus 7 is a 16. Spectacular. We'll let you add 2 extra dice of damage.
Nice.
Go for the throat.
Okay.
Right.
So
That's
the
the one that she missed the first time.
So,
She's like,
yeah.
Fuck you.
So the first one is gonna be.
Oh.
Wow.
He's got 18.
Hold on. Okay, so that's.
Oh, yeah, we don't reroll.
Yeah,
Damage.
it's-
Oh, right.
damage.
So
That's just a 6.
13 plus 6, so 19 on the damage for the first one, and then
And
you said.
He got 13 on his strength resistance, so that's 6, which is a wound.
Okay.
These guys are tough.
And then you said 2.
2 extra dice.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait! No, 9. Because this is a strength test. He can this ability check, so the 1 will take away.
Okay.
And this is
25.
25 versus a 9. 14, which is mortal.
Yeah.
So as the droid comes running down, going to the check out the transports, woo, and you leap forward, dig one claw into one of their like armor plating and begin pulling, and reach out for the second with a slash, but you miss him the first moment, and then you pull harder and push, and as your claw comes back around, that's when you connect with neck and just viscerate, blood spray, and then as you turn your attention back to the other guy to wound him again, jab your claws just straight into his throat as well.
Murders.
All right. On 11. Now, this one's mortally wounded, which is beyond incapacitation, which means he's automatically on the ground. But the other one is just wounded. He's been wounded twice now. He's got a stun and a wound, so he's losing 2 dice.
Okay. Is that the one that got shot in the eyeball? Oh,
No,
no.
this is the one you just stabbed.
The other
in
one.
throat.
The other one is
He
incapacitated
takes
right
the
now.
stun
it.
stick that he's got, and he's going to try to waylay into you. He's got 5 dice. He's going to lose 2, so he's got 3 dice. I'll take the pink ones and this one. And he'll lose. He got a 4. Yeah, no. 4 is
No, I
not
think
going to...
No, that's the 6.
that's the 6.
Oh, that's the 6?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the 6.
So it's 4, a 5, that's 9, 6. That's 15. 16.
Okay.
You have no reaction because you didn't
Right.
claim it. So a 16 is going to hit because he had to beat an easy. So he comes around with his stick.
But I can
And-
still resist the
Yeah, you totally
damage,
can
right?
resist.
Okay.
The stun stick is aimed for stun and plus his strength. So
And resisting is an ability roll, so that
Okay.
explodes.
Fantastic.
ouch.
Okay.
This is the stun staff
So,
ability,
7,
and this is his own personal
8.
strength.
14.
30.
Wow.
So this is the stun staff stun ability, and this is his own personal strength. So as you dug into his throat, he brings around the stun baton, jabs it straight into your face. And you're like, oh shit, that sucks. So 15 means that you have successfully received a stun.
Okay.
So now you're working at -1 dice until
Okay.
the stun washes off because it hurts the hell.
Okay.
It's not an actual wound.
Right,
not an
because stun.
incapacitation.
Yeah, stun is stun. Murderers. We
All
are.
right. Nice. That was beautiful. Yeah, his massive strength just played in there well.
Wow.
Oh, when does the Bothan go?
The Bothan. I did not roll for him.
He's part of our crew now.
Never.
He goes after me.
He goes
Yeah.
after you. He got a 0. Let me put that in there. 0. He's in the middle of the hall watching. He's like, so panicked at all the bloodshed and everything.
They're not built for combat. They're built for spying.
Okay. 7.
Okay.
You see that the one she just stabbed in the throat's backed off and just jabbed the stun baton into her.
If it's backed off, then that means I got a clear shot.
You
Yeah.
do.
Oh, good.
He did not claim any dodge because he doesn't realize that where he's at, so
12, 14, 24.
it's an easy of a 6, so that beats it by 18. Spectacular. We'll get an extra 2 dice for damage.
Hand shot. Hand being brain hand.
He gets 3 dice for resistance and a +2. So 10 + 2, 12.
Okay. So we'll just take that out. So that's 10,
16.
14, 16, 18.
Killed.
You fucking murdered them.
So you stab into him, pull back, and about the time he thrusts the staff into your chest, poof, brains everywhere.
Yep. Got it right under his helmet.
Perfect angle. That's so good.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Brain pan shot.
So,
They're space puppies. Yeah, they are.
I mean, they're kind of like horse dog lions.
The golden retrievers of the galaxy.
can I run now?
No, of
Okay.
course, when you say I'm going to shoot him, that's
Okay.
your whole action.
No worries.
We murdered everyone, like
Between
the guards.
you and this intersection, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
But you got eyes on the pilot for this whole ship hauling
Yeah.
ass toward the transports. You can convey that information to whoever you want.
Yeah.
Is it? Wait, whose turn is it though?
It's yours.
I'll turn around. Like as I'm running, I'll spin my head over my shoulder. Come with me if you want to live.
Droid on the move! Let's go!
All right. The Bothan comes out at 0 going, and he starts running up the embankment, throwing his chains to the ground and just running as fast as he can, lightening his load.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
You move up to the intersection to follow after them. You can see what's going on. As you're heading toward the intersection in front of you, there are 2 human slavers currently battling that one Mandalorian slave. He's fighting both of them, but behind him there is a I need another race. I don't want to do Rhodian. I don't want to do
A godel.
a Godel.
Yeah.
What are they?
They're goat people.
A Godel is goat people. Do they have any special abilities?
That I'm aware of, but I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah. Do they need a special ability?
No. Drive-by recruitment. The Godel is in the background trying to get a shot in on the Mandalorian at this point in time. You have a straight line if you just veer into the transport bay. And the 2 people that are 3 people, whoever's following you, have a straight line as well. But if for whatever reason they subdue this Mandalorian, they can easily turn their attention
Right.
to here. So it's top of the initiative.
And where's my character?
What's that?
Where's my character?
Coming up at the rear. Your initiative was.
No, not my character. My character.
I'm not there yet.
Shay.
Okay.
Not visible at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Not visible at this moment.
Yay.
Quick question for on your behalf.
Yeah.
As a droid, but as a player, should he get the 1 force point that everybody gets?
Yes, droids do get force points.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank
Oh, I
you.
didn't write down my force points.
Everybody has 1 force point.
Everybody has 1 unless you're force sensitive, and then you have 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the most you guys can have is 5, unless you're a legendary character, and then you can have above 5. Because I've seen some legendary characters like 6 and 8 that
Yeah.
weren't even
So,
Jedis.
can we just real quick, force points and character points?
Okay.
What are you good for?
So, you make a dice roll and you failed. You can opt to either use a force point or a character point. Let's say you're about to roll, you can only use a force point.
Okay.
You cannot claim a character point until after the dice roll. If you make a, he said a suggested of a race.
Barabel or Barabel.
They are, like,
I will keep that in mind for the next bit then.
super intense looking creatures. I have to use the rest.
Pre-dice roll, force point, post-dice roll, either of them.
Okay.
Force point
yeah.
causes the dice pool to double. Character point adds pluses for each character point spent. 1 force point can be spent by non-force users. Multiple character points can be spent by anyone, and multiple force points can be used by force users.
Okay. And character points add points to
Yeah.
the roll, and
I
force
gotta
points
roll.
double
I
the
gotta
dice.
roll better than a 30. I got a 10. I need to add 20 character points.
Okay.
Bam. Problem
Cool.
solved. I succeeded.
Excellent.
I lost 20 character points though.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is. It is.
Excellent.
So there. That's how that works out.
Okay.
Also, force point addition. This is for our. If you use a force point, it is to that skill. On the total. So if your skill is a 5, you become a 10. If your penalty brings you down 3, you're still down by 3.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, are we sticking with this initiative order that we've already
Yeah,
got?
yeah, we're
Okay.
totally.
Excellent.
All right. So on 14,
Oh, it's me.
that's you. The droid is leaving you behind quickly. For a droid, he's moving pretty fast. Like, they normally, like, walk and stuff, but this
Yeah.
was, like, full-out sprint.
Yeah.
Like it's a marathon. He's got the baton and everybody wants it.
Let's do it. I'm keeping up with him.
All right, so you're going to make moves to keep up with him.
Yes,
So
moves
that-
to keep up.
Anything else for your round? Because remember, like, reactions and stuff like that.
I'm going to take
At least a reaction.
yeah.
All right, so you're making 3 actions this round. You're making 2 moves to keep up with him, and 1 in case you get shot at.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. All right, 11, which happens to be the bad guys. He turns and sees you coming, but he also sees there's someone behind you. So as he's trying to lay aim that way, he whips around and fires past you. Blaster is 6D plus 1.
Who's shooting?
The slaver.
Oh,
Yeah.
the slavers that
Goalian?
are in combat?
What is his name? What are they called?
Godel.
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 The Godel.
Okay.
The Godel sees that their position, because right now the Mandalorian is fighting 2 Gamorreans, and he's trying to get a shot in, but then he turns and sees a droid running at him, but he sees escaped slaves beyond.
Ah.
I'll take one for the team.
For some reason, I thought the Godel was a slave, not a slaver.
No.
Now I know.
He's a bad goat.
He's a
okay,
bad goat.
so I am losing 2 dice because I'm making 3 actions.
That's correct.
Okay, so I have 2 dice to my dodge. Do I get any cover?
Yes, the droid provides you cover. In the sense, because he's not trying to shoot the droid,
Yeah.
he's yelling at you to get out of the way. We'll say half cover, so 2 extra dice.
Excellent.
Which also means if he fails, he does shoot you.
Oh, good. Oh my god, that's so many dice.
Good lord!
I apologize. We're doing this wrong.
What?
Figure out your dice roll. We're doing this wrong.
Okay, well,
Just
I got a
remember.
1 on my wild die.
That's fine. Take out your highest.
Okay. So 8.
8. he needs to get, because he's
What's the difficulty?
he's trying to shoot past you. I'm going to make it a 10. Plus that is 18. So that's what he needs. He needs to get an 18 to hit you.
He's got an 18.
All right, so there's 18, and this is a 13. So it's not spectacular. But he does hit you.
Okay.
And he's using a blaster pistol, which only does 4d6.
Except for mine, because it was on the droid. The droid gets better weapons. Duh.
True.
11.
Okay. Versus my strength. Oh, good.
Nice.
11, 17, 18, 19. So
19 versus...
11.
Wow. You don't get to see that. But you totally just took that blaster full on. Boom!
It's just like... I keep running. I take it and scream at them.
All right.
Like-
High five, by the
That's
way.
awesome.
Can I get an intimidate?
You know what I will do on the other hand? I mean, I'll give you extra character points for that one, for your main
cool.
character. That's like worth 1 character point for that awesome roll.
Nice. Take a blaster bolt to the like.
Totally just took... You just totally took the blaster bolt.
Take it!
Ow.
I wouldn't even think it's
That's
to the
not
kidney.
even a flesh wound.
It's just like on my shoulder.
It cinches the fur. Like,
Yeah.
All right. So that was his action, and that was on a 11.
I just took the blaster bolt.
So 7.
Oh, I'm running, and I'm going to hold 1 reaction.
So do you want to catch up to those two?
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to have to make a total of 3 moves
Okay.
to do that, which is perfectly fine. Nothing says you can't do that. It's just you suffer a total of negative 3 dice.
Just
if
stay
you have to make a
behind us.
reaction.
We get cover.
All right, 3.
Okay, so I want to. They're fighting in an intersection.
Yeah.
Mandalorians and the Slavers. And I can kind of catty corner past them towards the transports.
Yes.
I am going to
Godel. They're bad.
move through the intersection and high-speed cutting torch the Godel on my way past
Okay.
and reserve a reaction.
Awesome.
There's
Let's do
also
this.
an extra
Okay.
shanks in there if you want it.
I'll be
He'll be able to see that, so he'll be able to defend himself. But he didn't claim a dodge because he didn't expect. He thought a blaster bolt to the freaking face would take this thing out, but it didn't work. So yeah, it's all up to you, man.
Ha ha ha.
Oh, you know what? I don't have high-speed cutting torch as a skill,
So it's based off your dex.
and so I don't
Or
have
would
any...
it be a mechanical roll?
No, it's gonna be dex because
Is
he's
it?
using it as a weapon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I can't reserve a reaction because if I do, I won't have any dice to roll. So it'll just be moving and
Cutting.
cutting.
Go for it. It's gonna be an easy. So we'll set it at. Should it be a very easy? Because you're moving it. We'll set it a very easy of a 4 because it's a big arc that you're firing at the same time. High five! Roll that sucker again. On his only dice, his wild dice, he gets a 6.
That die loves you.
10.
Total.
Alright, you don't. It's not spectacular.
That is
But you-
spectacular because I
that-
made it.
You did.
I mean, that's true.
Alright, what's the damage on this thing?
It is 7D.
You got a 6 on your...
Yeah.
Oh,
His only dice to use.
Okay, right, and there's no wild die for this, so
Yeah.
it's just
His strength is 2 dice.
I won't burn my wild rolls.
Okay.
Oh, his wild dice is a 6.
Good for him.
9 plus 5, 14.
18, 20,
Ooh,
25,
Twitcher's puppies.
31.
Yeah, that's a kill.
That's...
That's
You got
Is
a
that
14.
16 over?
That's 17 over.
Or 17 over?
That's it. That's it.
Delicious. It smells like mutton in here.
So as you're following after, the Godel moves to one side. Sniper shot comes in. Bam! Full into your shoulder. And you're just still running, like now enraged. You see the droid move up. His arm slightly changed. A nozzle comes out. And this almost meter-long lance of energy.
May the force be with you.
Lance of blue flame.
Lance of
Pops
blue
out.
flame hits the Godel in the head, and the Godel begins thrashing as he goes toward the ground, crispy. As the droid continues his onward motion to where you think, or where the pods, the what are they called again? Transports are at.
Transports.
All right. And then it happens.
These are so good.
You guys clear the intersection. We're going to step out of combat for just a minute. You guys are all together. The Bothan is pulling behind. He's only going to use a double move instead of a triple like you, and hold one for reaction because there's shit going on. He's like, All right. So, Abara Bell, what does it look like?
Oh, good lord. Hold on.
So that I can make this description good.
Are you doing it, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, look at this cute little pupper. He's so cute.
No, here's all stretchy.
Oh yeah, it's the two.
Oh
ones.
shit!
That's a barbell.
Those guys. I love them.
They are mostly mercenaries.
They get 3 dice versus physical damage and 2 dice versus energy before they put on armor.
Wow.
Yeah. Their minimum strength is 3 dice. Alright. As you guys clear into the bay, one of the slavers, the Barabel, is currently, he has got a vibro blade thrust through a slave. He severed the head off of another one. And as he steps up and he sees you guys entering and everything, he twirls the blades and he goes, "No one's getting off this ship," he yells out quickly. And, he's just like, "Gah!" And
I have brought up a barbell for you.
great. What does his stats look like?
Not. I mean, I still did veteran, but Dex is 2, Strength is a 3D plus 1,
Which is where it should be.
yeah. Blaster is 5D,
Perfectly fine.
Dodge is 5D.
Great.
He has Bounty Hunter armor on.
Yeah.
Okay, special abilities. +2 to physical damage. +1 energy.
No, that's what it was. That was what it was
okay.
even before armor. So with the Bounty Hunter armor on, he's got 4 dice versus physical and 3 dice versus energy.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 dice total versus energy.
Yeah.
2 dice versus... Okay.
Yeah.
But he's got 2 vibro
And
swords.
-1 dex, I think, if he's wearing bounty hunter.
Yeah, if he's... Yeah.
He's got 2 vibro swords, and he's like guarding the entrance to this point. So you were at initiative at this point in time.
Excellent.
All right. 16.
They can also
What's your repulsor
see
lift control on your
infrared
main
radiation
For on my
Main character.
and heat differentials. Because they
I don't know what
snakes.
it would be.
Repulsor lift would be under dexterity, right?
No.
No, it's under mechanical.
Yeah.
2.
2 dice. All right. Roll 2 dice. Perfect. Beats a 5. Not a problem. As you guys run into the bay and you're looking around like, fuck, and he's like, zoom, 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 and there's 2 dead right next to him. No one leaves. A repulse lift goes, and just clears out, just shoots across the bay, doing 12 dice worth of damage.
Holy shit! Do it!
Jesus.
How many dice of physical did you get? 4?
4 total.
That was not anything. Okay.
That's not a lot.
Got a 6. No one gets out of here.
He's gonna die.
He's like
I had
literally
49.
49.
He died.
All right.
He
As you see this, and he's like ready and everything, you're like, fuck, what the hell are we gonna do? The repulse lift zips to one side, and where it's coming from, you see that other Mandalorian, and she's holding like a circuit in her hand. As you see the control circuit she ripped out and it just fired across the bay. She yells out, "Django, bay's clear, let's move!"
Oh man. How many ships are in the day?
4.
Okay.
None of them have been taken, but you can definitely see the Corvette
There's
parked
some
outside.
there's some of their buddies.
He's the sword guy from Indiana Jones.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Aha! I'm a badass, dick.
That's what you
man.
get. A-trained.
As soon as she yells,
That's what we're called.
Django, the bay is cleared, she turns and begins running toward one of the transports.
Okay.
Because you hear a voice from the hallway say, "Get a transport ready for us to get out of here."
So, can I make a quick assessment visually on them to see if I can pick a good one?
Yeah, you know the condition of these ships.
Okay. I want to pick one that has a decent hyperdrive and weapons that function.
None of them have weapons. All of them have hyperdrives.
Okay.
They all have shields, but they're fluctuatable. So your option is hyperdrive times 12, really good shields. Hyperdrive times 15. Sorry, hyperdrive times 12, shit for shields. Hyperdrive 15, really good shields. You either get good hyperdrives or bad shields or the reverse. Which is important to you?
Good shields.
All right, the time going for the 15 times multiplier.
Yeah, we'll get there slow, but we'll get away.
It's okay. They'll see hyperdrive and they'll think like, "Oh my gosh, that little thing's got hyperdrive. We gotta go!" And then they'll just overshoot.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so I'm gonna run for one of the transports that has the good shields.
All right, you see the current situation is you're coming into the door. The other slave, who you heard the yelling. You're not sure exactly. Do you think your character would know who Jango Fett is?
I mean, yes, only because, like, the whispers go around, Jango Fett's on the ship.
Yeah.
Mandalorians are slaves on the ship. Oh my god, how do they keep them or not? You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
The Mandalorian...
have we seen them? Probably not. Do we know of them?
Yes.
Yeah, you're looking right at him. Do you know it's him? Yeah, okay, that's a human, yeah.
It's a human.
You're looking for like a 7-foot tall human shooting laser beams out of his ass.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. With, like, muscles on muscles and...
Yeah.
I have 0.5% body fat.
Yeah.
That's not good.
But I'm bigger than this guy.
Right.
He just
But
kicked
when you
anybody's ass,
when you
though.
get past this, you're at this point, you turn to look, that those two guards he was just fighting are dead. So, I mean, you didn't even see him die, you just heard somebody yelling. Now they're dead.
Magic.
Everybody comes running in. The two Mandalorians are heading toward one ship. The droid is heading to a different ship. Alright, so you head for the ship with the Mandalorians?
I'm gonna let John make a call.
He's heading...
Do you want, like, I know, do you...
You do it and see what happens.
Mandalorian.
Alright, you run over to the ship as the Mandalorians are getting on. The last one that enters, the male, turns, whips out a gun out of nowhere and goes, "No." Puts the gun away. And then the ship begins closing up.
I'm totally grabbing one of those Bible swords off. I'm so excited.
Grab 2 of them. Let's go.
Well, I mean, you had to.
Alright, the Bothan, of course, is stumbling in, trying to figure what's going on. And now other slaves are getting close and entering at this point in time. Those who are trying to escape.
They were, I'm running straight. I'm following. I saw that. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm going after the droid.
So, basically, my plan is to just get to the cockpit, start powering up the ship, and if nobody else is on board, nobody else is making it out. So.
Alright. So you get to the ship. As you run in, you get to the back console, power turns on. These have been shut off, so when the EMP came over, no damage was done. Bam, the ship turns on. You have no control of any of the real systems except the on-off switch back here.
Right.
You said you're grabbing a sword. Shoot, that's your action. You ran over to the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
The Bothan runs in and looks around. Other slaves now move up to the doorway as they're trying to figure shit out. You move up to the command control and you activate the repulsors and turn that on. Like, let's get the engines on, right? Immediately flick that on. That's your next action. Do you want to, at any point, you want to double down and say, well, this time I want to turn on engines, activate high drive, to throw into it. You're going to take multiple actions in a round, but you'll also have to start making dice rolls.
Okay, so I realized there's a checklist.
There is.
I want to get through the checklist twice as fast as it would normally take.
Ooh. So the first thing you need to do, turned on the engine when you came in. Now you need to turn on the engines, warm up the hyperdrive, and open the bay doors. Once the repulsors are on, the ship can easily go out. That doesn't include closing the back door. You only have to do that if anybody is on that needs to breathe air.
That's true, yeah.
And you don't have to turn on life supports until you get out of the ship, because life supports aren't necessary right off the bat. There's air inside here. They'll be fine.
Yep.
As long as they don't suck in like 6 cubic feet of air within a second.
Yeah, right. Okay. So it's gonna be I'm gonna be warming up the hyperdrive engines, initiating the repulsor lift.
Check.
And then initiating shields.
Shields.
Or,
got
yeah,
it.
or like making sure they're functional and online.
Oh, right.
Ready to turn on when we get out of the hangar.
So, it would be a mechanical skill space transport roll to do all of those effectively. Those are the 3 things you're doing. And so that's minus 2 dice, and you have to roll 3 times. We're going to set them, because it's a little dude, they're all at easies, and we're going to say the hyperdrive coming on, or starting in, is going to be a moderate. We're going to put it at moderate to 12. Let's do that one first.
Okay. So that's 10, 11, 12.
Awesome!
Yeah.
Yes! Boom, boom! Hyperdrive is kicking on. It's ready to. It's getting ready to go. Shields 10 are going to be a 9.
That's 8, 9, 10.
Bam! Shields are up. Repulsor lifts online. 9 again.
Oh, explosions!
9, 10, 11. Oh, I'll roll that one again. 15.
Boop, 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 boop. Things just start happening, and you guys are very aware that the one he ran into just seconds ago. You're like, oh, Vibrosword, give me one too. Yeah, I can. And the ship's like, and just started picking up off the ground. So is the Mandalorian one. It's like picking up off the ground too. But you notice it's not turning to face the bay doors. The back end of the Mandalorian ship is swinging around to face the bay doors.
Oh.
What?
I'm good. I'm shit. I'm going on to the. It's like, sorry.
So do you remember the guy who whipped out the gun? He's like, no.
Yeah.
He's still hanging on there, hanging on to it as the ship's swinging around to the back end.
Yeah.
Get on the other one! Get on the other one!
Sorry, I didn't grab you a Vibrosword. It was fine.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Well, I have my Vibrosword in hand, and now I'm running, and I'm getting onto that droid ship right now.
Yeah.
Spending as many moves as it needs?
As many as it
Alright,
takes.
it's going to take you 2 moves and an athletics check to jump into that ship.
Jump and climb.
Jump and climb. It's going to take you 2 and a jump.
I got
The
this.
Bothan's going to be 3 because he stayed near the doorway.
Aw, buddy.
How many dice does the Bothan have?
I don't know, because
Probably
I moved away from that one.
he probably has 1 dice, doesn't he?
Probably. I don't know, didn't you write down the...
No, I have the thugs.
Oh.
I'm not going to keep a Bothan, dude.
Oh, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
I got a 6.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so you run up. You're like, the ship's already you reach up. You're like, "Roar!" Digging in claws and grabbing on the metal and pulling yourself up as you're like, fuck, he's leaving me.
And
all
I
of a sudden
grab you.
You run up, you're like, you go for it, you're like, never mind. You grab a hold of the hairy leg of the cat person. The Bothan is at this point in time,
no.
so it's all up to your strength test.
Oh, I got 3 dice in this. Okay.
We're going to make this an easy of an 8.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh, wait, it's a 6.
Oh,
It's a
six.
6.
Again.
6 again! Okay. 6, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Hold on. No, it was
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Okay, yeah.
20.
you're like, whoop, 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 whoop. You're John, you are like, lever, button, lever, button, for instance, on. The other hands pop out. Begins making adjustments. You're like, fuck this shit happening now. Telling the hyperdrive, look, I love you, but now is the time for you to turn on. As you look over, the backside of the other shuttle turns. You see the guy pulls out 2 pistols, ejects the clips, makes some modifications to them, and lets them go. They soar across the bay toward the door because there's no electricity. Nothing's going to open these doors. The power pack flies over and hits the ground, bounces once, hits the door, and then massive explosion, pushes back. The repulsors immediately holds you in position as you see everything starts to suck out, and there's a transport-sized hole in the side of the ship. You see the guy who's standing on the side. He's looking at you. He's now being, the space moving and everything, and he gives you a thumbs up like this, like it's your turn to go, buddy.
Oh shit!
Man.
Because
they've got to turn full around before they can get out.
So I'm holding on with 2 other fucking people going, I'm doing it, guys!
So, I'm gonna
Pull-ups for life. Pull-ups for life.
hit the button to start bringing
Pull-ups
the
are life,
boarding
I know.
ramp up.
You feel the boarding ramps as you're like,
with 2 other people holding my legs.
And
Hopefully, once I get up there, I'll be able to pull too. I'll be able to help you get up, just like start rolling off.
and then I'm gonna maneuver the ship right in front of the hole, and gun the
all right.
thrust.
It's going to be a moderate requirement to get the ship out of this. It's a 14 to pilot through that hole made by the exploding packs.
Oh man.
Especially in a vacuum now.
Because you're trying to fight through the vacuum
Yeah.
and everything.
And people say leg day. Ship day you don't skip. Not in this universe. You need upper body.
So activating the ramp counts as an action.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that one.
You're not activating the ramp?
I'm not gonna activate the
Fuck
ramp.
it. Yep, that's fine.
I don't need it.
We're just going to drive into outer space. They're just going to have to figure out how to fix this. They got to do this.
Yep.
You're fine.
I've got to do my
It's time
part
to
so
go.
they can do theirs.
It's time to go.
You're gonna fucking die, guys.
Nobody's gonna die.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I lose one
Life
die.
support's not on.
I lose one die.
You lose one dice.
Yeah,
You
you
did
put life support
14.
on you.
14.
That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right.
I'm like shuffling sideways into the other transport.
No, 7 is a terrible roll at this point in time. As you begin picking up and whatnot, you're manipulating to try to aim for the hole. You look over your shoulder and you see they're struggling. You want to close the ramp. But then the voice of Dr. Marsh comes in and says, you just got to be caring about people. That's really what this universe is lacking.
God.
Caring about everyone else. And so you're holding
Kindness.
position. You're holding position, realizing that these people are fighting for their lives.
Oh man.
Why would you want him to use his force point now?
Because if
while
you
he's
do
trying to get out.
Because if you do something heroic, you can get it back. You either instantly get it back or you can get force points later.
Okay.
Just saying.
Can I?
Not meta.
No, it's fine. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see that as meta.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you can use a force point, and if you use it for doing something heroic, like saving somebody, as long as it's not like, oh, I gotta save my life, you'll get it back instantly.
If I deem what you're doing is
Yeah.
a good thing, you'll get your force point back right on par.
Yeah.
You won't
Just
Okay.
make it
Right
a very
then.
heroic
Okay.
use
description.
it, and then
So-
it goes.
So, I can use a force point right now to roll
Right
3
now.
more dice.
What's your skill?
It's a 4.
So you double 4 makes it 8,
Okay.
and then you take all the penalties away,
Okay.
which was what 1.
1.
So you should have rolled 7 dice.
Okay.
Reroll!
So I get 4 more
You have
dice.
4 more dice to roll, and none
Okay.
of them are wild.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my force point to, and what my goal is to like jostle the ship in a way that helps launch you guys up. Into
Launches
the,
us
Awesome.
in
Okay.
and not hit the side of, like...
God.
Oh my
Whoa,
god.
that was
That's 9 plus 7.
How many character points do you got?
16. He barely makes it by 2.
You
He made it by 2.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So as you begin you get maneuvering, you realize this was what Dr. Marsh would want for you.
Yeah.
So you maneuver the ship, and all of a sudden, as you're like fighting with you can do this. You know, even though your claws are dragging across metal, all of a sudden everything kind of moves around to where you're falling into the transport. The door's coming shut, and you see you guys thread through the tiny opening into outer space. The door's not even fully shut at this point in time. You guys are hanging on because now is the point where you guys have to make it's in stamina. you have stamina?
Ooh, no.
Because you're going into outer space.
It's a strength, though.
You're going to need to make a strength test because there is no atmosphere right now. High five!
Hell yeah, girl.
It's not an easy, it's a moderate.
I got 11.
You're fine.
Okay, 10, 12.
The Bothan is passed out. 12, you're conscious. 11, you're conscious. You guys are... The air's gone at this point in time.
Take
As
a
you're
deep
pulling
breath.
yourselves in,
Yeah.
the door's coming to a shut. There's that moment you have gravity but no air, and you're struggling at this point in time. It's just a few seconds. You're holding on to things, and the door comes to a shut. It's really dark back here. As you saw, you threaded out of the opening, and that other ship did as well.
Shit.
It's dark for a moment, and then you're like, oh shit, life supports.
Well, wait. There's
All right.
a Corvette out here. They can hold. Wait, how long can an organic hold their breath?
Not
Not
long.
long.
Beep, beep,
Oh,
boop,
yeah.
boop.
I
Alright.
could, well, you
You
know,
come out-
honestly, you would probably still be thinking about, okay, we have to get out of here.
Yeah.
You're like,
They can pass out. You know, organics can pass out. They'll come back around.
True.
or we can just go up and turn it on ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're not.
Stay
Yeah,
real.
we're in there. We're not, like, totally terrible. I have 2 dice in mechanical.
Everyone has
Concussion.
concussions.
But we're in the
They're ship now.
Yay!
We're
fine.
definitely gonna say you guys are stunned for being rocked around like that. I mean, shit, that's gotta suck ass.
Yeah.
Ooh, I found a tickly spot. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. So, I'm going to calculate a jump to hyperspace.
1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Right now, you are on the edge of Hut space and Republic space. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know exactly where I want to go right now.
Away.
Yeah.
Just
Out of
away.
Hut space.
Yeah.
Sounds fine to me. I mean, Huts would easily undo all the
Yeah.
shenanigans
Yeah.
it just
We're
went through.
we're better off in some Republic system.
A
at this point in
rule
time.
Republic system that's mostly like a aggro colony of some type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the closest Republic system. Is
Fair
where I'm
enough.
set
Okay,
to.
check. That's one thing.
Now does that include activating the hyperdrive?
Yes. No, it does not. You
Okay.
have to do that separately.
Okay, then I'm gonna activate the hyperdrive.
Do you want to yell at them to turn on life supports yourself, or do you hope that they figure it out?
I'm gonna let them figure it out.
Okay, good. So you're only doing 2 things.
So I only
You're gonna make an astrogation check and then a hyperdrive jump.
Oh, okay. Astrogation.
Oh man.
It's decent.
I got a 12 for astrogation.
Which is a
Moderate.
mechanical skill. That's a moderate. Yeah, you're not going far. Cool. All right. This hyperdrive isn't so bad. It's already powered up. You gave it a nice little
Yep.
pep talk beforehand. Bam, hyperdrive's ready to go. Now you just need to make your dice roll for your transport ship.
Alright.
We're going to say this is an easy, and we'll set it at a 6.
Oh yeah, I got it. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
All right. Nice. You guys can only see through, because the whole ship is just like a little, it's one solid room, so you can see the droid. And as you guys stop for a minute, you realize it's hard to breathe. You look up, and suddenly you're in hyperspace. All right.
Button.
Button. No, yeah, they didn't shoot at you.
Oh,
They were. I mean,
yes.
they barely had time to get on and start getting the spice stuff out. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
they're not here for slaves. They're here for spice. Fuck all this shit.
All right. So, yeah, I'm totally gonna.
You turn on the
Life support.
Yeah.
life support.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody get up here.
Well, you can do that from another console. It's not necessarily in the...
Right.
Awesome.
I'm assuming you should be able to turn on life support from the back of the ship.
That would be good.
Because
Yeah.
that would be terrible, right? Who would design such a thing? Lockheed.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's another story I guess should tell you guys about one of the planes Lockheed built a long time ago that the air control was only at the front of. So, yeah, never mind. Doesn't matter. Hyperdrive. You head for the system. There's a blur. As a moment passes, you hear there's rambling or motion behind you, and you realize you're on a ship with people you don't know. You don't have a weapon other than your cutting torch.
Yeah.
But you know you saw them struggling to get on with weapons.
Yeah. Is traveling through hyperspace kind of like autopilot?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're done now, man. Walk away. Time to play
Man.
a game, hang out. Sensors will go off. How do you have the sensors? Passive, scan, or search? Because you can't focus right now.
Yeah. I would put them on scan.
All right.
To
So
get
let's
the,
go ahead
to
and
get
roll.
the short distance 360.
Yeah.
You get extra. How many extra dice for that?
Oh, I'm gonna.
This ship has no penalties.
Oh
Yay!
Yeah.
He keeps the small transports up and running because they actually belong to the company that he works for.
I'm in a company car.
You're in a company car right now.
Oh, they're gonna want it back.
Nah, it's fine.
It's ours now.
Detect is easy. Identify is moderate. So we'll set it an 8. Go ahead, roll against that. You're pretty much scanning. Let's see.
Okay.
See if Motley goes that
Do I
way.
get any extra dice for? Or is it just the 4 that I would get for my skill?
Come on.
Okay, we're actually going to change it to a high end of easy of a 10. Plus 4, so it's 14.
Is you either put in a good fruit that will get you to your destination, or you didn't. Good luck. It's true.
Yeah.
One or the other. There's no in
That's it. Gotta
between.
be a 14.
That's
Okay.
probably the only real black and white thing in Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, this is not good. That's 7, 8, 9.
All right.
Oh wait. Yeah, 9.
Great. You put in your sensors and you tell it to scan. Begin flying. Now, of course, this is a 15 times hyperdrive, so it's actually really slow. But you're moving faster than you would be if you're using normal thrusters. So it's whoosh, you've got time before you come back out of hyperspace. And so now there you are. You're done. Calculations are set. Sensors are on. And you hear some button pushing behind you, and life support shows that it just came on. You can hear that.
Yeah. So I'll get up and walk back, and I'll extend my hand, my right hand, which is also my high-speed cutting torch hand.
Jesus.
It's the first one to offer to help them up off the ground. I'll lift you using my lifting skill.
Please put me down.
Oh
I
my
lift
gosh.
you. I lift you easily from the ground.
Nice.
I am ZL.
Hello, Zio. You may call me modern.
And I'll reach out my other hand and I'll help you up.
Brick.
Thunk.
Nice to meet you.
And is the dolphin still passed out?
Passed out, man. He had 1 dice. I rolled a 2. It's done.
He's okay.
He's here.
He's breathing.
He's
He's alive.
He's alive. The only boffin alive. Wait. They're not extinct yet.
No.
Not yet.
Oh,
Too soon.
It's always too soon.
that's true.
So you guys are in hyperspace.
Yeah.
It's a moment of peace, quiet. You got out. You're no longer slaves.
We're no longer slaves.
We did it!
Yeah!
Yes! You did it!
You did. Amazing, friend. Amazing.
And you've got like, and then you've got like this like dangling like restraint,
Yeah,
like a dangling thread if you're restraining
The,
him.
the magnetic part with some wires hanging
Yeah.
off it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, where are we on the way to?
Where are we on the way to, friend?
Should we pick a place?
Republic space at this point in time.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
generic Republic place.
Yeah.
Generic Republic space, yep.
Man. What does one do with freedom?
Anything you want?
Before they enslaved me, I was a merchant.
What were you?
Let's not talk about that. He says with like, you know, shit tons of scarring and busted up teeth. Let's not talk about that.
Oh, and you
But-
did get your force point back, by the way.
Oh,
But now I am free.
In
Do as I
Legends,
please.
The Barbaro became an endangered species before the Ballins do.
Nice.
Showing little puppy dreams.
man.
Where are we? Because I have knowledge cultures, so that might help us, like, with, being somewhere, friendlier. I can also, since I was a merchant.
What were you? I was a person.
What were you? I was
Let's not talk about
a
that.
person.
Oh.
I mean, maybe I have some merchant contacts out here somewhere.
I'm gonna first aid the Bothan.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay. He just needs some time to rest and recuperate. He'll be fine. No need for a dice
'Cause
roll
I've
on that.
got
It's not an
first aid.
emergency.
Excellent.
Did you have like an area of the galaxy that you were thinking we were in?
Your castle.
Oh right, I don't know where Kessel is on this map. Donde está Kessel?
We don't speak Bothan around here, son.
Oh.
Zing. I guess it would be.
I mean, there's Kessel on Hongor and Formals.
Oh, holy shnikes!
Bam!
Far away.
My
Where at?
spot
Right here.
is
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Kessel.
This is
Quite
part of the
good.
Kessel Run.
yeah.
And so this is the Kessel Run toward Republic space.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is hut space. These are the different hut spaces, right?
Yeah. All this green area is hut space.
So you're somewhere near the edge of hut space in the Kessel Run.
Yeah.
So you went a distance down, came out, and were trying to get around the Bandon area. And so you're somewhere in here.
Oh man.
So maybe I know somebody on Umbara, where the Umbarans are. They're human. Umbarans.
Blup, blup.
Yeah.
My
Where-
basic is
Where are you
not so
seeing
good.
Umbaran in?
Umbara.
Oh yeah.
Umbara.
Okay. That's at least a parsec in.
Yeah.
I mean, well, so the red on this map is separatist space, and technically there are no separatists yet, so all of
So
that
yeah.
is Republic
It would
space
be-
too.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So there's Genian. You can come down here to Dysum,
Jason,
or
yeah.
try to make it to Randon.
Yeah, let's head to Randon.
Can I have like contacts there
No,
for the merchants? I am
No.
merchant. What?
sorry, my phone's doing something stupid.
No.
Guess that no.
No, I didn't say no to that.
Umbarans are dope. They are. I considered being an Umbaran before I just chose regular old human for my main character. Because they have dark vision.
Yeah, because
and
it
really
looks like
fucking cool.
it looks like Randon is just outside of the border of where the hut space
Ooh, the
covers the separatist space as well.
Trandoshans are also slavers, so let's stay away from them.
Yes.
Sneeve. We can go to Sneeve.
Oh man.
Yeah, we can go to Sneeve or Dirkteal.
Nerk, nerk, nerk. I don't know. Pick a place. I know some people.
All right. While you guys are finishing up your selection,
One or two, it's Randon. Two or three or four, it's Sneeve. And 5 or 6, it's Dirkteal.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to Randon.
Yay!
Randon Calrissian. That's who we're gonna meet there.
Oh, give me this pup.
Yeah.
Give me this pup. Whee!
Oh man. Free at last.
Yeah.
Look at my hair. Camera ready.
Ooh,
Ooh, camera ready.
Oh
handsome.
my goodness.
It's like, why did you pick me up? I was having donkey dreams.
I was so sleepy.
was so sleepy.
I'm so sleepy all
Oh,
the time
so
because I'm a
sleepy.
little baby.
Little Boogaroo was having puppy dreams too. All of his paws are hanging off the cushion, and they were like,
Excellent.
Well, Twitchy Toe Greens.
I know the kindergarten saga. Oh,
When did Lando get born?
sometime around when Han Solo did.
Yeah, they're...
We're like 30 something, maybe why.
Yeah, it's on my timeline. Eventually, I will, once we start getting past the episodes for our prequels, I will start compiling the timeline, our timeline, onto its own page on the original box set site, just so we have everything in continual.
I like it. I'm gonna be ripping the audio out so we can publish it as an actual play.
Nice.
Yep.
So,
Podcast.
my thoughts.
Yes.
Bless
character
you.
Thoughts. Is we should sell the ship on Randon and split the money.
Yep.
I have bargain. I can get us
Yeah.
a really fucking good deal.
Yeah, so we should sell the ship, split the money, and then, I mean, we go our separate ways if our ways don't go the same way.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I mean, I can go back to Cathar.
oh my gosh.
That's where my
Okay, so you're
my
gonna,
people are.
you want to head back to Cathar because you got to get back to your life.
Where my people at? Where my people at?
Guys, where are you?
If they're still there. I mean, obviously they will be because, you know, Cathar.
Safety.
I hear a motley
Of course.
gem cat.
Alright, chat. Does anybody know what area of the galaxy Cathar is in?
Oh, Lord of mercy. Who knows?
Almost ready.
It's
It's
okay,
okay.
we're scheming.
Take your time. I'm trying to figure out where Cathar is in relation to where we are.
There's Cyphar.
There's Hoth.
There's fix art.
Indoor.
I don't think it's all that far.
No.
I feel like it's not all that far.
Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Rutan.
There we go. Fixed it.
Cathar, where are you at?
Where are you?
There's Rylon.
Well, I don't know. Are we finished with episode 2?
Almost.
Almost.
Randon is perfect. Hey, dude. Come on over.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
Cathar is near Dathomir,
Oh, cool.
which is around Mandalore.
Yeah.
Check that out. I'm pretty sure I remember
Your
where
breath
Mandalore
stinks,
is. Yep,
puppy.
Mandalore's up here.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You got nasty
Okay.
breath?
Where's Dathomir? There's Dathomir.
Dathomir.
Okay, we're getting close.
It might not be labeled on this map also.
Oh, shit. They were pretty, like, you know, we don't want to be part of your system.
We're not a part
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
system.
I mean, they really weren't. They were kind of like, you know, we're neutral. We don't want to be part of the Republic. Not really, because you guys are douches. So.
Randon it is.
Excellent.
So you just plotted a course. Randon, you come back. You tell them we're going to Randon.
Yep.
And you're like, you say, I have friends there.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't.
Because you've never actually stopped in Randon's system. I mean, maybe. Actually, no, I take that back. You probably have. It is a rather interesting trade hub. See, the Randon system isn't actually a... It is a system, but they don't have a star there. It's a collection of stations.
Ooh.
And
Is Tashi
it's-
Station there?
it's more of a waypoint than anything else. What's that?
That's
The Quelly sector.
Yep. Cole has given us some important map.
Yeah, we were asking where Cathar is because that's where I want to get back to. Okay. Excellent. So, Cathar is near Dathomir and Mandalore. So that's where my character would want to get back to, like, after all is said and done. And we were talking about going to Brandon and selling our transport that we currently have, and then splitting the money, and then, you know, going about our way. And since it's a collection of system, or star, you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a good waypoint, because we may be able to find where we need to go. Because I want to get back home so I
Your
can
bed's over there.
be my life, have my life again. My family is there.
Your
Exactly.
bed's over there.
Budgie. Budgie.
You might need
Walking
to go
around
out.
doesn't make sense to me.
Go outside? Outside?
Well, let's.
Okay.
Let's finish
Yeah,
this up
yeah,
so we
yeah.
can.
Finish this up, and then we'll have to check out.
All right. You guys arrive in Randor. It's a collection of star stations and an intersection of two hyperlanes. Coming out, it's taken several hours, well, maybe even, we'll say a day and a half to get here, the
Yeah.
speed you're going.
Yeah.
But you come out, engines are fine. This is probably the sweetest crap you've driven in a while. Because it doesn't rattle when it moves.
Yeah. It functions adequately. It's the best compliment I can give a ship at this point.
Right.
You come out of hyperspace, and one of this. I'm assuming you guys want to dock at a station
Yeah.
to maybe resupply or something, and then change courses and head toward.
No. We're gonna sell the ship, right?
Well, yeah,
At
yeah.
Randar?
So, that was the plan.
Yeah.
Sell the ship at Randon.
Get money and then go about
Yeah.
our ways.
Because we don't want to have a ship that can be tracked by
Right.
slave peoples.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to ditch the ship here.
All right, who's doing the selling?
I have bargain.
The
I have
merchant.
7 dice in bargain.
All right.
That's a crazy ass NPC.
Get us a solid deal.
I will try to get us a solid deal.
Here's a force point.
I mean, it's not selfish. So yeah.
It's kind of selfish.
No, I'm trying
The
to
more
help you
money
guys.
that we get, the better off we're
True.
gonna be with when we go our separate ways.
That's true. So, yeah. I'm gonna shoot a force point off in this.
The way you said that is dirty.
I know. Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, that's that. 10. This is 10. That is another 10.
That's 40, sorry.
This is another 10. This is 5.
55.
55!
That beats heroic
I am the best merchant in the world.
at this moment.
At this moment in time.
She comes back to the ship and says, I found a man who's going to buy this off of us, and we're each going to come out of this with at least 2.5K.
Each?
Each 2.5K. This will be more than enough to buy my transport back to where I need to go and take care of you as you guys by yourselves. That's what you're so you put those in whatever words you want.
I have found the dealer, and we will come out on top of this deal more than adequate.
What's more than adequate?
What'd you say? 2.5?
2.5K.
2,500 credits.
It's the hyperdrive.
Total?
Each.
Each?
That's the hyperdrive he wants.
Each.
Each.
Sorry, say that again.
And they have 1,000 credits each.
And that's good.
Yes.
Yes, my friend.
I am a
It
made
is
man
good.
now. I don't have to do anything, and neither do you. We should go celebrate our freedom and our wealth.
I will be purchasing a ticket first.
How do we celebrate?
Well, we celebrate by going to the space bar.
'Cause it's space bar.
I feel like this is gonna be
Watch
really
out. The murder merchant. That's right.
Murder merchant.
Damn, you are the merchant.
No, you are the merchant.
the merchant.
Yes.
The.
I mean, we've got a bizarre. This is a bizarre world. We can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we like. I mean, except for gambling. Don't gamble.
Gambling is.
Gambling will lose your money
Yes.
very quickly because the house always wins.
I'm not programmed for gambling.
Well, great. Then you don't have to worry about it. Come on, ZL, let's go. Help our friend with the selling of the thing, and then we will celebrate.
Yeah.
Selling of this piece of slave junk.
Yeah.
It's not. It's actually. It's like you said. Those were better off than the regular ship.
I don't care. It's fodder to me. I spit on it. Right on the floor.
Yeah, we're good. Let's
Yeah, gambling
Yeah.
leads to slave life.
That's exactly what happens. So yeah, let's go sell this sucker.
Yeah.
All
Get it
right.
out.
Did anybody grab the title out of the glove box?
Yes, that's how I knew how much to value it for.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm awesome. You're going back to where you are from.
Yes.
I don't have anywhere to go. I suppose I should teach you how to be a human being. Or something, right?
You could always come back to Gathar with me if you wanted.
That's true.
I am always looking for good people.
Then, like, the eyes glaze over again.
Because you said
maybe-
good people.
Maybe I shouldn't go with you.
I mean, adequate associates to help me in my business.
What is up with all the animals going on the
They like it's the cave of wonder and stinky feet smell.
So,
You could also come if you wanted to see Cathar.
I will come with you. I don't know of anywhere else I should be. Yeah. This is new for me.
I will show you. You can do many things out here in this big world. And being a merchant, you will see the world.
There are a lot of things that can get you in trouble, too. Ha! Trust me, I know.
all right. So you guys
Yeah,
get a.
that's okay.
You
You
guys.
see that roast I made of the godel, and I'll try to mimic jovially slapping you on the shoulder.
Yes,
Ha ha ha.
that was very terrifying, my friend.
So you guys get a. Where's this Cathar located at?
Cathar
Is up by Dathomir and Mandalore.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
here's Randon,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
then here's Mandalore and Dathomir, so it's somewhere up here.
Okay. Okay.
It's in more of a smaller area, like where Mandalore is. Where's Dathomir? It's
Dathomir.
like, yeah, it's in between in that little area.
So you're going to be going. Let's scroll back a bit.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Following this route.
Yeah.
Swapping over, getting on this route,
Yeah.
and then coming back, kind of like figuring your way out. Somewhere in there is where you're going to go. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
It can also be on Republic transport
Heck yeah.
because we are upstanding citizens with money.
Yes.
'Cause
Money.
That's the most important thing when you're in the Republic. If you don't have any money, you're no longer a citizen, right?
Sure.
Well, it's just,
Harder to do things.
yeah, there's no support for you. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. No welfare.
Yeah, no welfare system. You got rid of that.
The time leaving Randor with your newfound wealth, your newfound friends, and the trip toward Cathar went well for probably about the first 2.5 or 3 days. But on this transport filled with many other people, as you've had a chance to wander around, on about the third day, the warp drives shut off. like an interdiction field had been hit or something, but you're not piloting. And as soon as the ship came out of transport, you were aware of it because of your individual sensors. You guys were, of course, aware of it too. But whatever happened next, you're completely unaware. There were explosions. There was a lot of shaking. You were thrown about. You remember seeing large gouts of like maybe laser or blast fire ripping through the ship, and you were knocked about.
Out of the frying pan into the freedom fire.
And that's the last that you remember
No!
before you shut down. And that's the end of the show.
Ah, we died.
No, we didn't die. We're tougher than that. Sure. We murdered other travelers so we could get on an escape pod because I don't care.
Oh God, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to Cathar, and you were with me now.
Well, no, we have to find our friend.
Oh yeah.
He's missing. He needs assistance. He won't be able to survive in a world without someone helping
True.
him.
He needs help. We shall.
He's
We
just
shall
a,
find you
he's
again, my
just a
friend.
little droid baby.
Oh, he doesn't.
Very naive.
But yeah, we end with the ship that you're in getting torn to pieces and you get knocked out.
Oh man.
Yay!
Well, I guess we have to do our ending thing.